Okay, guys. So this is week week that's it. Week 4. Yeah. Okay. So what we need to do is to talk about what we.
Sir, I have a small doubt. Actually,
Oh
I
yeah.
I installed DHCP and Dhcp configuration in the server too as well, but I did not do the configuration record for it. Like it later I understand, but I did not promote it as a domain controller. So in that case, I can leave it as it is.
Oh, okay. So you first of all, Active Directory domain services is there and DHCP is there, but they are both not configured. That's what you're saying, Ruben?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I did not
Okay,
promote
then
it.
you're okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So Ruben's machine is okay. Anthony had a question, and that was like joining the domain is like that. Does that mean pinging? So that also prompted me to actually show all the process here, and I need to confirm with everyone because guys, we're gonna be creating our lab on top of these two machines. So the whole course depends on the correct configuration of these two machines, right? So majority of you have already done it, and what I why I still want to do it because I need to have a recorded session for this course. Although this is going to be the same session as that what you saw in the LMS, but here I can take your questions as well. That why we're doing this and why not that. So and it's going to be fast because hopefully everyone, was able to install these two machines. Now, first of all, okay, there are still people coming here, so that's why I need to put that question when everyone's here. Okay, what's that question is? Yeah, the question is so since three or four more guys are still not connected, so what I need to know is that anyone who is not on this stage, please let me know how many are not having on their laptop server 1, server 2, where server 1 has 80 DNS DHCP and server 2 has is joined to the domain, and the IP addresses are these. So how many are not on this page where server 1 and server 2 are configured? How many are not on this page? I have two machines already done with this, and if everyone is not on this page, then I can start creating the two machines in front of you and record this session as well. If everyone is on this configuration, then we can actually go ahead with the rest of the configurations, right? So anyone not on this configuration? Wow, till now nobody said anything. Okay, Badr says, I need to know how to confirm that server 2 joined to domain. I did, but I am not sure. Okay. Bikram says, I configured with different IP address, which is okay, Bikram. So, Badr, you joined it to domain, but you're not sure how to know it. So you can go to server 1, open Active Directory users and computers, and click the computers section. So guys, let's all do that. Check the computer name. Yeah. So can you run it fast? Okay. So Paul is in favor of this, that I should just create these two machines just to show that what were the all configurations that are required for this course to be smooth. Otherwise, you guys did go through that video in the LMS, which is pretty much exactly what I'm going to repeat here. But this time I can take your questions as well, and you would understand that on top of this, we're going to be putting a lot of complicated configurations, right? So we all see and be sure. Okay, yeah, the be sure thing is definitely, I would agree with as well, that you may double check your configurations from this. So I could just start right away now that the two machine installation configuration, because I have 32 GB RAM, so I can give it, I can put it on 4th gear, and I could try to configure wherever the long installation is going on. I'll just switch to what we need to do next and what are the concepts behind those configurations, right? So what we can do right now is that, well, nobody came up with that, hey, my machines are not ready. So that's very good news, very, very good news. This shows your dedication and commitment. And second thing, well, Paul is still saying that, yes, go for it. So I'm going to quickly start then, and you can ask questions while I'm doing that. What I'm just going to configure quickly is, can I modify RAM and HD at any point of time later? Yes, Ruben, you can modify RAM and HD. HD, no. RAM and CPU, yes. So for example, if you given, what is the hardest size you given, Ruben?
Gave default 60 GB.
Default 60 GB.
It was
Okay.
showing 60 by default, so I just entered with that.
Oh, okay. So, well, in the video I was doing 200 GB, and you did not see that or follow that. So, well, you owe us also most likely. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, everyone send address to home address to Ruben, so he could send samosas to everyone. Okay, guys. So, yeah. And Sandeep says I gave 100 to server 1 and 200 to server 2. Okay, that's good as well. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to, well, install the two machines quickly. So I'll be fast, but you can confirm that your configurations were okay or not. If anyone, well, there's in favor of this step, there is one student. So if there are any doubts about that, yes, we can clarify now when I'm doing that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create quickly these two machines, and pretty much everyone is there, but you can confirm, but just keep an eye on what I'm doing and why I'm doing that. You can ask questions anytime during the process. So I'll try to keep it fast. So I'm just going to go for the first machine here, and I'll go for create a new virtual machine. There was a template machine process as well. I'm just trying to save a little time here. If you have created the template machine just like in the LMS video, that is good. If you did not create a template machine and you just straightforward started two machines, that is also okay. Olafemi says that I can ping both server using domain name server 2 instead of IP. It's working right. Oh yeah, that is very much working. If you're able to ping each other by name, that's better than only by IP but not by name. So it should be that you should be able to ping by name.
Hi, Sayed. I have one question here.
Yeah.
So I installed two virtual machines last week, and I used some external hard drive on my system to place all those VMDKs and other configuration files. But today I'm not able to see those files on my VMware workstation when I connect this external hard drive. So is there anything I need to modify on the workstation first?
So, Himanshi, that if those virtual machine files are still in your external drive, then is VM Workstation still open in front of you?
Yeah.
So you can go File and then go Open.
Okay.
And then from there, you just need to browse to the external drive and go to that folder.
All right. Okay.
And so I'm just going to my virtual machines area. So, oops. Okay, not here. So.
Okay, yeah, I got it now. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, well, so double click 1 and 2, both machines.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Alright guys, so and then there are questions. Madhuri is asking, can ping both by name and IP? Yes, that is also good. Badr says ping with the name, good. Yes, that's good as well. Okay guys, I'm just gonna quickly start recreating or creating those machines. Well, it will be because I already created those as well, but just to record this session as well with the machines, because the whole course will depend on the correct configuration of these two machines. If any small step missed, then yeah, you will have that error when you are during later labs. So I'm just going to click next here for the first machine that I'm creating, and it is 2016 detected server. Next, so here's the 2016 data center. If you have installed standard instead of data center, that is also okay. Better data center, but standard is also okay. And since I'm not putting any key here because it's a trial version, in fact for me it's not trial version. So yes, and no, it's not a crack version as well. No, it's not, and it's not legal to do that. Okay, because I'm recording, I have to say that. Anyway, so now I'm just gonna go for server 01 dash. Now whatever way you've given the name here is okay. So I'm just putting my name here, and then today's date is 15 June 2020, and this is Humber VCP course. If you haven't named it that way, that's also okay. I'm just going to control, I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put that in my D drive. So I'll click next, and here I'm giving 200 GB. So yeah, so there's that 200 GB. Now why are we giving 200 GB? Because it is thin provision, right? So what is thin provision and thick provision? Anyone knows already? Thin provision and thick provision?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what is thin, what is thick?
So thin provision, basically it will not take the space at the time of creations, and later when it is required to provide the space, it will take from the storage. And thick provision is like it will at the first time it will take all the space, and I mean, yeah, it will occupy at the first write or read from the disk.
Exactly. Thick provision, it will occupy space on physical. So as you said, physical disk. So thin provision would be used for. So the second thing is it is used to save space. It is not good in performance, so it does not give performance. Not recommended for data centers and companies, so not recommended for professional environment. Okay, so Mother says take on physical drive. Yes, exactly. Donald says hello everyone. Please, which VM are we creating? First one, Donald. Arti says dynamically allocate space required for software. Exactly. So that's thin. Sandeep says server 1 and server 2, Donald. Okay. Same as last week. Yes, Donald. But I'm going to be fast now because I'm assuming that everyone has done it already. So, okay. So, then there are certain concepts that we may not have discussed it already. So, this will occupy all the space, gives good performance, and also what that used in professional environments slash data centers. So that's where. So now what we are already have is that this is thin provision. This is by default thin provision. So 200 GB when you give, it's not going to occupy that all space in your physical disk in your laptop. After that we're installing Windows, right? So Windows 2016 or 2012. So that takes 10 GB. So it's going to take only 10 GB in your laptop. So whatever software you install, it just takes that much GB. So I'm going to put single file here for this. Okay, and okay, I think it's a wrong button push. So I'm just gonna go next, and then I'm gonna go customize hardware. You guys have already done that, so I'm just gonna be fast. If you have any questions, let me know. So I'll push it. I'll put it on 16 GB. In fact, 24 GB. So oh no, 16 GB is good. 16 GB, and I'll give it. Temporarily I'm doing that. Temporarily I'm giving it 4 processors, and I'll keep it on that for now. So what is laptop in 16 GB? If any, my laptop is 32 GB RAM. So that's why I'm giving it full power, so we could spend less time on that and go ahead. Paul says, does it take from the physical machine? Yes, it takes that from physical machine. Well, the RAM is not thin or thick. It's only the hard disk that is thin or thick. Can we modify the hardware now? Kavita says, well, Kavita, you can modify RAM and CPU, which I will tell you after I'm done with this. So don't change that. If you want to change the hard disk, no, you can't do that. But we're gonna add another hard disk. If you have given 60 GB, anyone who has given 60 GB to the first drive, it's okay, doesn't matter. We're gonna be adding a second drive. Server 2 would need later big drive, so we're gonna add another drive for vCenter. That's a big software, right? So can you modify the hardware now? No. Well, depends. Call it. We can. I think so. The drive on which you have operating system. If you want to change that, okay. Good luck. Go ahead. And Jagwant says I can ping server 2, but not from server 1. So shut down the firewall on server 2, Jagwant. Khalid says I'm doing that now. Okay. And Amarjeet says Jagwant check firewall setting. Yeah. Alright guys, so 16 GB. Guys, I'm giving this RAM temporarily. Don't give this RAM to your machine now. I'm giving this RAM temporarily. And I'm giving this CPU temporarily to just get the things done faster. Don't change your hardware according to this. Because I'm going to go back to 16 GB overall configuration. So don't change any of your configurations now. So I'm just doing it fast. So ignore what I'm putting on memory and processor. What you already have, stick to that. I'm going to close that. I'm going to click finish. And okay. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, NAT is for now okay, but do not change anything, guys. What I'm doing here is temporary. Once the machine is installed, then I'm just going to go ahead and try to explain everything else. So for now, I'm just closing every other machine here. So this first server 1, I understand that everyone's with have done the same configurations already. Now it's going to start installation already. So I'm just going to start the second machine as well. And out of my total of 32 GB RAM, so I'm going to select the 2016 here as well. And I'm going to select the 2016 data center here as well. I'm going to go quick, yes. And I'll put that name here where it is server 1. So if you have given any other name, it's okay. Don't worry. If I'm just gonna change it to D drive as well. I have another drive in my laptop and 200 GB here as well. If you have given, so guys, were you able to change your disk from 60 GB to 200 GB or 100 GB to 200 GB while the operating system is installed and putting it single file? If you didn't do it, don't worry, it's okay. And okay, so I'm just going for okay. Anyone PhD in maths? Is it 8 GB is okay? Well, 24. I've given 16 GB, right? So yeah, I'm okay. So 2 GB, 8 GB. So I'm just gonna give this much processor here for the second machine. The most of the work needs to be done on the first machine. So I'm just gonna temporarily giving. I'm giving temporarily this 8 GB RAM because we're gonna be really careful about our 16 GB RAM laptops, and I'm gonna stay inside this configuration of 16 GB total 16 GB RAM and i7 quad core processor or i5 processors there. So I'll stay inside, but right now I'm just pushing it. So it has started the installation, server 1, and server 2 has also begun the installation. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna try to talk about our full configuration here. Now while this is going on, I'm just gonna go for another drawing here for what we need to do once I'm done with that and we can start together. So we are going to have, we already have 2 machines here. I'm gonna have 4 machines now, but within 16 GB RAM, how can we pull it all off, right? So which means that how can we really implement that? So now recommended RAM is 2 GB for server 01. This is going to be the RAM throughout the course. We're going to have 2 GB RAM here throughout the course. It will always have AD, DNS, Dhcp here, and it will also have later. It will also have software SAN, right? So that's going to come later. So that's the first configuration here, and since I'm gonna explain or give the configuration of the later servers as well, which we are about to create, so I'm just gonna put that IP res 192.168.200. Oops, what am I doing? What am I doing? 192.168.200. What am I doing? Seriously, what's wrong with me? 255.255.255.0. And then gateway is 192.168. We need to give gateway, guys, just like in the vCloud we were doing. We need to give gateway because of well, it's like it's a fake gateway, but we will give it. So this is 2 GB RAM. If your server ones have more than this, so bring it down to 2 GB RAM. That's what I would suggest from today onwards. Your server 1, if you're done with any DNS DHCP configuration and join the domain, so server 1, change your RAM of server 1 to 2 GB, and it's gonna stay that way. Why? Because it needs the least amount of RAM, because it's not doing anything that requires a lot of RAM, memory consumption, right? So that would be permanently 2 GB RAM. So how can you change the RAM? You have to shut down your machine and then change the RAM of your server 1. So because you're all done with that, now you can do that. Go ahead and change the RAM to 2 GB. I've put that 16 GB because I need to go fast on 80 DNS DHCP. That's why I'm doing that. So that's the first thing, or configuration of the first machine here. Then I'm going to go for the configuration of the second machine, which you already know, and throughout that course, we're going to go for 8 GB maximum RAM, because right now if you have given 2 GB or 4 GB, it's okay. But throughout the course, it's gonna have a heavy machine, so that's why its RAM will be 8 GB permanently throughout the course. But we're going to be increasing and decreasing the RAM according to the needs, right? So I'm going to be telling you temporarily change the RAM for this machine to that, and temporarily change the RAM for that machine to that. So so it's a member server, and member server just means that it's joined to domain. But later, obviously, we know the role of this one, so it's going to have vCenter, right? So and it's gonna be 2. So we know that we have done that already, so no big deal here. And then I'll just go for the third machine. Now third machine, minimum you must give here 4 GB RAM. Second thing is it's gonna be Esxi01. If you have given this name, your first name is Esxi01, it's okay. Oh well, we haven't done that, right? So we'll be doing that. So wait here. So yes, you're not supposed to start, because we're gonna do it together, and it's a hypervisor. So that's gonna be, so it's a hypervisor, and it's gonna be 3, and but it's going to be your first name Esxi01. So that's going to be the configuration of our machine that we're going to be installing. And then it's 4 GB again and 200.4. So this is going to be a hypervisor. So you can see that it's already 8 plus 2. So any PhD in maths here, just try to do this very complicated calculation here. 8 plus 2, 10, and 4 plus 4, 8. So it's already overcommitting our laptops, right? So yeah, we have done that. So yeah, now that's not gonna be then okay if we are overcommitting. Although overcommitting your laptop 16 GB RAM is going to work. You know why? Because suppose you give here 4 GB, so the software inside it's not gonna reach that 4 GB right away. Or if you give here 10 GB, 8 GB, the software inside might not reach that right away, right? So it, suppose you gave it 4 GB, but normally for its running it's only using 1 GB, right, for its own running. So that's why if you overcommit, it's okay. But that calculation, so I need to do the PhD in maths as well. So what we can do is, in the start we can put it 6. So 6 plus 2, 8, and then 4, 12, and 4. So you can see that it's already 16. So it's kind of overcommitting still. but that's better than 8 GB, right? So if we go any less than that, so that's gonna be a problem. So 4 GB and 4 and 2 has to be there right now. Right now, when vCenter, as long as vCenter is not installed, you can even give it 2 GB or 4 GB. But when vCenter is installed, we're gonna keep it to 6 GB. vCenter is a beast. It needs a lot of RAM, but since we don't have it, so it's kind of what can we do, right? So this is some of the configurations that I'm just, should we change it now? Sandeep is saying, should we change it now? So for the first server, yes. For the first server, yes, you can change it now once, because you're done with it. And for the second server, this is also, we're gonna, you can put it to 6 GB and it's gonna be okay. So yes, you can change the RAM of server 1 and 2 now, and that would be okay, because I'm gonna be coming to this as well. So I'm just gonna check my configurations here, and it's really asking me to just install VMware tools. Hopefully everyone has installed VMware tools on your machine. So guys, server 1, did everyone install? No, Ruben, do not add a HD now. Guys, any extra thing, do not do it now. So do not add extra HD now. So what I'm suggesting you to do now is, what I'm writing here is what you can do, but don't do anything else, because we're gonna go on the same page on step. So change the
Sir, I did not install VMware tools in both the machines. So how to install that?
Okay, so if you haven't installed VMware tools on the machines, I'll show you how to install VMware tools. Change the RAM of server 01 and server 02, right? So this is what you can do. So shut down the machines 2 GB, shut down the machine on server 2 6 GB. So this is only, don't do anything extra other than that. I'm also going to show you now that how to install the VMware tools. Wow, it installed and restarted as well. Okay, so here VMware tools are being installed. If I cancel that, that would be good. Okay, rolling back action. So guys, how to install VMware tools? So anyone who has not installed VMware tools, can you put it in the chat? Anyone who has not installed VMware tools? Yeah, VMware tools. So yes, you have installed. Okay, so anyone who has not installed, or if I say have you installed, then you can say no. If you have installed, yes. If you haven't installed, no. So not installed Ruben, and not installed Shabuddin, not installed Kavita. Okay, no Bikram. Yes, Donald. Okay, so guys, how to install VMware tools, and we are doing it now. Those who have not installed VMware tools, you can follow me now. So I'm gonna do it on my one machine, but you can do it on both machines. Just try to learn how to do it on one machine. So how to do it? There's that server 2 in my case showing here. So I'm just gonna right click here, and there you go. Seriously. Okay, so install VMware tools is already selected here. Do you all see? Those who haven't installed VMware tools, click that, install VMware tools. Click that, install VMware tools. Once you click install VMware tools here on server 1 and server 2, then you can go down here to the yellow folder, this one, within the machine. Go down here to the yellow folder inside the machine and click this PC. So click this PC, and you should be seeing here, D drive should be having a big VM gray sign, which is VM. So this PC, and you should see in the DVD big gray VM written there. So double click that. You're not seeing it here for me because I canceled it, but you should be seeing in the DVD drive. If you're not seeing, let me know. Otherwise, if you're seeing, go ahead and double click that. Then there will be a pop-up showing here, and just click that pop-up, and next finish. It's gonna be. So Shabuddin saying repeat. So right click here, Shabuddin, on top. So Shabuddin, you can come on mic, and we can interact fast. So guys, I just want everyone to be on the, majority of you have done everything, so you might be bored to death, but everyone has to be on the same page. So that's why we're taking we just need to be patient a little today, and then we're gonna be together going ahead. So okay, so Shabuddin, just right click and click this, install Vmware tools. Did you do that, Shabuddin?
Yes.
Okay, so just click that, and then Tenzin is again requesting to annotate. I think he's clicking the same button again. So okay, here then go down to the yellow folder, Shabuddin. Are you there?
Yes.
And do you see gray VM sign? Double click that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, already done. Good. So double click that and then go ahead and next page. So I'm just gonna restart this server 2 because it was about to install VMware tools for me, but I canceled it. So then it's not letting me. So I'm just gonna restart that. So on server 1, guys, I'm just gonna quickly go for local server, and I'm gonna just put the IP there. I'm sure everyone has already done that. No problem. That's it. So I'm gonna go for Ethernet 0. I'm gonna go fast because everyone is already done, right? So I'll just uncheck V6. If you haven't, you can do that now. If you still have IPv6, it's okay. Don't worry. 192.168.200.1 tap tap. 192.168.200.1 tap tap. 192.168.200.1. So I'm just gonna press OK because you've already done that. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, this is pretty straightforward. So I'm just gonna press OK, close, and man, I hate Bluetooth mouse. Okay, anyway, they just stopped responding. Okay, so I'm just gonna change that as well to server 01, and press 1 key. Yeah. Okay, close. So and restart now. So while it is restarting, I'm going to go for server 2 here. It's restarted as well. If I right click, it's not letting me install your tools.
So, when I'm giving the default gateway in the server 1, it gets saved, but when I go back, it's going to 0.0.0.0.
Yeah, it's okay. So it will remove it actually. So which is okay. It discovers itself. Oh, I'm the gateway. Then it removes it, which is okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Go. Welcome. And so I'm just gonna go for server 1. It is restarted. I'll just install the tools here, add roles and features. So any questions on your 2 machines, just let me know. This is the time to ask because then after that we're just going for our other configurations, the rest of the configurations. So I'll just click that, add roles and features here, next, and I'll next again, and Active Directory domain services, add features, and DHCP I'll just add only for now. Obviously that's what I can do, and not DNS. Next, finish, and restart if there's a pending restart. It doesn't actually require that. I'm gonna click install here. It's installing the ADDS. While on server 2, I need to just check that if the Vmware tools, programs and features, I'm just going to go there, and since I cancelled it, so it's kind of didn't like that the way that I canceled the Vmware tools, so I'm just going to uninstall its some files that it uses, and so it could maybe let me install the Vmware tools because it's grayed out now, which is not good. And I'll just go for server 1, and it's just finishing that. So hopefully everyone has given the domain humber.ca or whatever domain name you gave, it's okay, or virtual.ca, or not humber.ca, humber.local or virtual.local, right? So if anyone has given any different domain name, that is also okay. Just remember what you gave. So these are just basic steps here. Now some of the steps that I'm gonna write here, we will do it together on this screen. I'm just putting those steps there. So the first step would be that create an admin, create a copy of domain admin as you know, your first name admin, so it will be Amir admin. So I'm just gonna put my first name, just means it will be your first name, so it will be a exact copy of the domain administrator account that has all the permissions across the domain. So we're gonna do it together, you don't have to do that yourself. And then install, create, and configure Esxi01 and Esxi02. So we're gonna do that too. I'm just gonna go back and check it out. So it's done for me, the installation of the ADDS. I'm just gonna promote this to our domain controller. Now I'm gonna click the add forest here and put humber.local, enter. Okay, so Olufemi, you have gone for netadmin, which is okay. If you have already created that netadmin, it's okay. Well, actually, Olufemi, you can just create another one. We can create as many, right? So you can copy the domain administrator again and just put your first name, because for screenshots, I really need that. So you can just create another one, right? So that can be done as many times as we want. So small abc capital shift 123 and small abc capital shift 123. I'm just putting those password here, and it did not appear as next. So small abc capital abc shift 123. Oh, okay, now it's open. Next, and next, and netbas domain name. And this is a single name access. I'm gonna click next. And next. Okay, so it's gonna just install that. Oh yeah, it's asking that, hey, my machine does not have a local administrator configured. Well, the way the Windows installed, it did not create my local administrator. So I'm just gonna create, or I'm gonna give a password to that, net user administrator. So this is just to give, you don't have to really worry about that. I'm just giving this small abc composition 423 and successful. So it's just saying that, hey, my local administrator does not have a password. So I'm just gonna click next, and it's going to be okay now. So yeah, it's going to just show me the install button, and I'll just, there you go. So install, then it's just gonna restart here. While this is going on, I'm gonna go to server 2 here. Hopefully everyone's understanding what's going on, because you've done that already. So that's why we don't have to go. So on this server, I need to just give the IP and double click that, 0 properties, and uncheck V6. If you haven't, it's okay. If you have, it's okay. And 192.168 200.2 tap 192.168.200.1 tap 192.168.200.1. Okay, done. So okay, close, and rename. Okay, server 02. Okay, so I hope everyone has done that, and I'll press OK and restart. So it's restarting the domain controller as well. It has more RAM, so it's going to do that.
Yes, yeah.
And while server 2 is already, this recording, yeah, okay, good. So server 1 and server 2, both are restarting now. So I'm just reaching that configuration real soon now. So what we need to do is, guys, some steps that I'm putting there that we will be doing. Create a copy of domain admin as your first name admin, and then we will use this. So we will use this user account on all VMs till the end of the course. So we're gonna do that, right? Why this? We don't want to use administrator account, because administrator account normally If I ask you, okay, log in from the domain administrator account from server 2 because we need to configure vCenter. So the local administrator account also is named as administrator, and domain administrator account is also named as administrator. So many students, by mistake, they log in from local administrator account. So and then when they start configuring vCenter, so vCenter doesn't say on the at the start, it says it at the middle of the configurations that, hey, you're logged in from local administrator, so you cannot further configure it. So that's a lot of waste of time. So then you have to sign out, sign in, and then log in. So when we are logged in from your first name admin, so that will be good. Now the thing is, you need to follow me in copying the administrator account. If you exactly know what to do, then okay. Otherwise, please follow me on creating this, because our whole course will be done with the privileges of this account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy, right click on the administrator user account that has all the privileges across the forest. I'm going to right click and copy that account and then create another one called this. So I'm going to do that. Those who are experts in Windows, if you know what exactly, otherwise please just simply wait for me, and when I do that, only then do that. So we're carefully just putting all the configurations here. I'm able to do that fast because you have already done that during the week. Otherwise, we could have it could have been much slower speed if we had started doing this. So I'll just try, but I need to just record that. Suppose you lose your machines at the mid of the class. So this is the configuration that you can just follow again quickly. So on server 2, I'm just checking if server 2, yes, the name is there and the IP is there. The firewall is on as well. If I right click here and install Vmware tools, is actually, it's just really very angry on me that why did I cancel that installation. And now easy install failed to automatically install, log in and click install Vmware tools from VM menu. Really? Okay, now it's not even giving me, so I should not. So this means that later I can just create a new machine later. So guys, this is all. Well, ADDNS DHCP is ADDNS is configured, but I need to configure DHCP as well. So I'm just gonna do that now. Actually, I already have a server 2 machine here. So, well, it's still applying computer settings. So, and yeah. So I'll go ahead and put some more steps here, and that is when we do create the Esxi hypervisors. This is a Linux installation, and here IP address is already shown. The name is already shown. We will be configuring in DCUI mode. So Esxi configuration area is called DCUI, which is direct console user interface. Always remember that whenever we say that, okay, let's go to DCUI and configure that. So this is just like you're configuring BIOS of a computer. And this is going to be the configuration area where you can give IP settings, you can give name or a domain name, which is also called UPN suffix, and also you can grab log files from there. You can do troubleshooting there as well. So this is one console where you can work a lot on Esxi. So Esxi configuration is called DCUI. Once Esxi Hypervisor hosts, or we can just say host as well. Once the two hosts are installed, then we need to create their A records in DNS manually, right? So the spellings you put here, you must be very careful about the spellings here, and then the same spellings of the hypervisor host you need to put in the DNS as well when you're creating the A record for that. So the spellings really depend a lot. if we make a mistake in the spellings, we're going to be then suffering throughout the course. So it's still applying computer settings for 80 DNS DHCP, and it's gonna stop anytime. Okay, now. So it did log me in from another account that it created. So I'm just gonna log out from here and sign out. So hopefully everyone has configured the DHCP as well. So I'm just gonna quickly do that too. And other user, so I'm just gonna log in from administrator because that's the default account. We all know that. Small ABC WC shift 123, enter. So once it is logged in, then okay, so I'm just gonna go for the DHCP configuration. In fact, first we do the DNS configuration here. So that DNS configuration is that FQDN should be showing fine. FQDN should be showing fine. So if everyone has done that already, that's good. I'm just gonna quickly do that. So for the DNS, it was also in LMS as well. Once the Active Directory DNS is installed, I'm gonna go to the tools and I'm going to confirm that if DNS is okay. So I'm just going to click the DNS here and go to server 1, and we can see that forward lookup zone is already configured with humber.local, and there's a record already configured here as well. But if I click reverse lookup zone, so it's not configured. So hopefully everyone has already done that. So I'm just going to right click and configure that reverse lookup zone. During previous classes, I have discussed that reverse lookup zone is a best practice and it should be there. So primary zone and store the zone in Active Directory. I'm just going to click next, next, next. And it just asks that, hey, what is your network configuration? So I'm saying that network ID is 192.168.200. This is the network IP range that we're using. Next, next, finish. And I'm going to right click and refresh that. So the main thing to check is if the FQDN is showing there. I'm just going to open command prompt with admin. I'm going to put, what is the command that we put here to check that if it is resolving names or not? Anyone knows what's the command that we're supposed to put there? Ah, wow, you guys are fast. Okay, NSLOOKUP, and it is wrong, so I need the proper IP and name. So I'm just going to go there, local server, and simply fix that preferred DNS now, and click that, and double click that, properties, IPv4, and if your default gateway is not there, it is okay. It is discovering that, oh, I'm the gateway, so that's why. And the preferred DNS I'm just putting back from 127.0.0.1, which means pointer itself back to the actual IP, and at least the IP should be good. In order to go out of this interactive mode of NSLOOKUP, I'm gonna put Control C and Control C, and then I'm up arrow to get the previous command, enter, and at least the IP is good now. And I'm just gonna go for reverse lookup zone is actually already there, so Control C again, and I'm gonna run those two commands there, ipconfig space /flush DNS and ipconfig space /register DNS. So since the reverse lookup zone is there, the correct IP is there, and these two commands are run to refresh the IP configurations and the cached IP or DNS configurations there. So I'm just gonna up arrow the NSLOOKUP again, and now it's okay. So hopefully when you type NSLOOKUP, your FQDN or fully qualified domain name of your DNS server is showing exactly like this. Whatever name you put there for the domain and server is okay, but it is showing the correct server name plus domain name and the correct IP address. So I'm just going to Control C out of that. You can just double check your configurations now, and I'm just going to minimize that. Now I'm going to go for DHCP configurations as well. So complete DHCP configuration. When I click that, so it's going to create one security group for DHCP administrators will put privileges on DHCP, and other one read-only privileges, and it's going to authorize or ask Active Directory, hey Active Directory, if I can work or not. So it's going to ask for authorization there. So then it's just saying that, hey, this is the account that you want to get authorization from. I'm saying yes and commit, and done is there. So I hope everyone is done. So now my DHCP is authorized, but is it configured? So I'm just going to go down to DHCP here and open the DHCP because I need to create the scope. I hope everyone has already created that scope as well. So I'm going to expand that and expand IPv4. I'm going to right click on IPv4 and new scope, right? And next, so it's the company scope or your first name scope, whichever, it's okay right now. Next, and then I'm going to give a range 192.168.200.50, 192.168.200.100. So if you've given a range other than that, it's also okay. Next, and no exclusion range. Next, its lease duration is 8 days, which is okay. Next, yes, I want to configure these options now. Next, so we need to tell the clients what is the gateway when the client is busy giving IP addresses, distributing automatically IP addresses to when the DHCP is busy doing that, giving the IP addresses automatically to the client. So it will hand over the DNS and domain information and the gateway information to the clients as well. Next, finish. Yay. Okay. Wow, I love when I do it fast. Oh, okay, anyway. So then we close it and that's it. Woohoo, yay. Okay, guys. So oh, it's not woohoo yay yet. So I'm just gonna go to server 2 and I'm gonna join it to domain. After joining your domain, then I'll ask you to just log in from both servers with the new username. So I'm gonna go to workgroup and change and domain and humber.local, enter administrator. For now it's administrator, but we can change it later. Administrator and password, enter. Okay, I missed a step to commit DHCP. Commit DHCP? Ajibol is saying, Paul, can you please show the scope again? Okay. And so yeah, okay, I'll restart that while joining. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to DHCP here. So if I go to expand the scope and I go to address pool here, so the pool is from 50 up to 100, right? So step to commit DHCP. Your scope is red. So Shabina says the scope is red. So Shabina, see this? Guys, double check your scope. It must be green. So right click on IPv4 here. If there's no, actually right click on server 1. Sorry, right click on server 1 and check the all tasks and see if the services are started. That's one thing. Second thing is just go to the scope itself, right click, and then activate the scope. Oh, Ajibal says the scope is red. So guys, check if the scope is red and right click on the scope and see if activate is written, click it. If deactivate is written, then it's okay. It's already activated, right? So just go ahead and activate. Does the activate solve the problem? Does the activate, clicking activate solves it? Okay, both are okay.
Sir, both are okay for me. Should I just go ahead and restart the services by any chance? Maybe.
Yeah, then go up there to server 1 and restart the services. Yes.
Okay.
Cool. And guys, you can try to restart the services and to make sure that this is green. And yeah, and what was the other question? Yeah, commit the scope. So Ajibola, commit. You can go to this flag and complete DHCP configuration. It's just next, finish or commit. So Ajibola, it would be just go here, complete DHCP configuration. Mine is done, so I can't do that now, but it's recorded as well, all the steps now. So anyone wants to repeat anything, then you can do that. But this is without template. In LMS, it's with template, right? So if that is done, just click here and next and commit, and you should be okay.
Sir, it's still not working. Like I restarted the services and I deactivated the scope and I reactivated it and it's still red.
Okay, then there's one more thing here, and it's all about authorization. So
Okay.
go up to this server 1 and see this if it is authorized written there or unauthorized.
Yes. Authorize.
Authorized is written.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's authorized. So this means it's okay. And you restarted the services and it's still red. Then you can create another scope.
Yes.
Maybe the scope itself is. So you can
Okay.
click on this scope, right click, and first delete this one,
Yeah.
and then create a new one.
Okay, sir. Gotcha.
Cool. Oh, but IPv4 is green.
No, both are red.
IPv4 is not green. Okay.
Not.
And when you right click on IPv4, actually, normally it should be green. When you refresh it, first thing, second thing, restart the services, third thing, it should be authorized. So unauthorize it and then authorize it, because IPv4 should be first green and then go for scope. But maybe it's too late now. So maybe you deleted it already. So
Okay, I'll try it, sir.
okay, sure. So hey guys, so please everyone check your DHCP if your DHCP is green here and there is no red sign either on IPv4 or scope. There should be.
It worked.
Yep.
Yeah, authorized, unauthorized worked.
Oh, cool, great. So if everyone's DHCP is okay, then we're good, and I'm just gonna close that now. Right? Okay. So the other server has joined the domain as well. What lease duration default? Yes, default. Ajibola lease duration would be 8 days, which is okay. Doesn't matter. Next. So Ajibola, if you're creating that, so you have to go to the advanced options, and then you have to put the gateway there, which is 192.168.200.1. And click the add button there. Then rest is next, finish. So guys, if we check this configuration here, now we're good and we are ready to go ahead. So FQDN should be showing, it is showing. Second thing is DHCP scope should be green and authorized without any red sign, right? So if that is good, then we're okay. And one more thing here. So I'm just gonna check if it is joined to the domain. Yes, my other machine has joined to the domain. In the other machine, make sure that you're logged in from other user, and make sure that you're logged in from, when you're logging in, so you can go for Humber/administrator. Make sure that you're logged in this way, Humber/administrator, and not logged in from server02/administrator. That means local login, not domain login. We need to log in from domain. So I'm just going to log in from Humber/administrator. Now the machine is joined to the domain, second one, and the first one is also configured with Active Directory, DNS, DHCP. So hopefully everyone's machine is exactly on that, and we can go ahead from here now. Ajibola, you're done. Hopefully you're done as well, and others are also okay. So Badr says administrator of server 1 is netadmin, and for server 2 is administrator. How to change them? No. So Badr, you can just log in from netadmin from server 2 as well. Yeah, and Madhuri says yay. Okay, so yes, so just log in from netadmin. So guys, how many have netadmin created already? How many have netadmin created already? Me, I'm not able to install Vmware tools. Is great. Oh, it's great for me, Shabuddin as well. Okay, we have to t-shoot that in the break or after the class, Shabuddin. Didn't create netadmin. Sandeep says, Jagwan says only on server 1. Yes, netadmin is supposed to be created only on server 1 because it should be created inside the Active Directory. So once you create it in Active Directory, so even if you have 10,000 machines, you can log in from netadmin from all 10,000 machines if they are joined to domain. Second server is only giving me option for other users. Yeah, can't log in, Feroz says. did not create. Okay guys, so what we need to do, if you have created the net admin, you can like ignore it. It's okay if net admin is created, it's okay, but that would be your backup then, right? So another account for those net admin is not created. I'm about to create now, but it's not going to be net admin, it's going to be your first name admin, but it's going to be created the same way net admin was created. My recommendation is those who have created net admin, please follow me as well. Those who haven't created net admin, you can follow me now, right? So Donald says in second server, I'm seeing workgroup instead of humber.local. So Donald, this means that you haven't joined the domain, or it is not joined the domain. So go to server 2 and go to local server. I hope you know how to do that. So click on the workgroup and simply, you know, just put the domain name there. Donald, do you know how to do that, or do you want it to be shown? Okay, good. You're doing. So here, just join it to domain. And so guys, netadmin, those who have created, it's okay. You can keep it as a backup. Suppose this new account that we are about to create now has some issues, and you cannot log in. So netadmin will be your backup. Those who haven't created netadmin, it's okay. Don't worry. You still have domain administrator account there as well. So let's go, everyone. Let's go to tools and let's go to Active Directory and computers now. Let's go to tools and Active Directory and computers now. Those who have created netadmin, please also do this with me. So once everyone has gone to tools and Active Directory users and computers, or ADUC, this is different from DCUI. That is different. This is different, right? So, and then go for humber.local or whatever your domain name here is now. So expand that and go down to users here, users container, right? So expand humber.local, go down to users container, and there's an administrator account here. Yay! Yeah, Donald. So have you joined the domain? If it is restarting, don't wait for that. But you can simply let it restart and leave it and come here, right? And let me know which page. Where are you now? Or
Sir, also, do we need to check on the firewall again on server 2? Because I think domain was turned on.
so we can turn off the firewall.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, server 2. Guys, while you were all here, there's a question about firewall. So the firewall, if I check on my server 2, it is on, right? So this could cause you to not be able to join into domain. Normally it's the server 1 firewall that actually stops that. So we can just turn off all firewalls, right? Server 2 is in domain, restarting, ongoing. Yeah, Donald, you can leave it at that. It's restarting now, which is okay. So while I was in the middle of this step, server 1. So Donald, you can go to server 1 now, click tools here, and Active Directory users and computers. Okay. Okay, so Active Directory and computers, everyone there? And if you have opened the tools and if you have opened Active Directory users and computers here, then there's users and there's just expand the humber.local or whichever domain you have. Hopefully everyone's there. If not, let me know. So if you're here on this tab, humber.local, users, and then administrator, right? If you're all able to find the administrator, this is the top account here. We can right click on top of the administrator and click copy here, right? Go ahead and copy that. Right? So, and then we can go for your first name admin, right? So this means that everyone must have this account now. throughout the course, we're going to use only this account, your first name admin. And I'm going to just select this and right click and copy this. So first name, your first name admin, full name, your first name admin, and then log on name also, control right click and paste. So your first name admin, right? Everyone got it? Yes. Okay, thank you for that reply. And your first name admin here, and oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay. So then next, and then put the class password, small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123, small ABC, oops, small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123. Now this is okay. So Donald, which step are you? You can come on mic as well. So please do again what? From where should I start, Donald? Okay, Donald, you have to speak up or either type or you come to the mic, right? Okay. Guys, it's good to come to the mic. Don't be shy. We appreciate all the voices and sound. It's okay. Don't be shy. And let me know where to start so I could go back to exactly that step, right? So repeat again could be, you know, I could go really back and start the two machines again. Oh, just kidding. Okay, so here I'm going to tools and I'm going to Active Directory users and computers. Make copy admin, maybe copy admin. Okay, so unmute and speak up. Okay, yeah, so there's a message there. So okay, here and then humber.local, expand, and then users, go over to the users, and then administrator, right? And then right click, administrators, and copy. So Brother says, sir, is this step when you said copy admin? Yes, this is a copy admin step. So guys, you all have to do this step. Let me just close that. Everyone is doing this. So tools, Active Directory and computers. Everyone is doing this. Tools, Active Directory and computers. And then we have to expand this humber.local, right? And then go to users. So and then administrator. Right? Okay, right click and copy. And your first name admin, your first name admin, select, right click and copy. And you need to paste it here as well. So are we all there? Donald, you're there. Who else was following me? Paul. So you guys are there. Let me know. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of yeses here, and click next. Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1, 2, 3, and small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1, 2, 3. User must change password at next logon. No, we're not doing that. User cannot change password. Well, this is an administrator account, right? And password never expires. Now, this is very tempting. In 42 days, it's going to expire actually in 42 days. Now, we don't need that expiration to stop our labs because we need to concentrate on vCenter related and VMware related. So we're just going to click that password never expires. In production environments, you don't do that. You keep it to keep on changing the password, right? For the administrator. In production environment, you don't do that. Here, we're doing that. So password never expires. Hopefully, everyone's there. Yes, only put Donald admin. Yes. Okay, Donald, I need to go back here. Maybe you're on this page, right? Maybe you're on this page. So see this page here, and the way I put it. So yeah, the communication is a bit slow. I think the mic has or audio issues are there. So yeah, this is it.
Yes, I'm there.
All right. So you're there, right? So okay, I'm just gonna click next.
I'm at the level to set the password.
Oh, okay, good. Now we're a bit fast now, so it's good to, guys, for everyone, please do come to mic so we could communicate faster. Okay, so password never expires, just click that, put the password there, and this. Okay, if you're done, click next, finish, that's it, right? Password never expires, just put that so it does not stop us from keep on continuing with our labs. So click finish. I hope everyone's done. You want anyone is not there, let me know, because all the configurations have to be exactly the same. Now guys, hopefully that is done. So we need to permanently only use this account from now on throughout the course till the end of the course. We're gonna only use this account, right? So what do we do now? We're gonna log out from server 1. We're going to log in from this account. We're gonna log out from server 2. We're gonna log in from this account, right? And always only log in from Windows machine from this account. This is your new best friend. Yay. Okay, so use only it on all servers. Yes sir, exactly. So
We did it for only for server 1. We need to do it for server 2 as well.
so Ruben, in Active Directory, what happens is when you create an account in Active Directory, that account you can log in from server 2 as well. You don't have to separately create a. Active Directory is centrally creating the accounts for everything, right?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
So okay guys, now I'm going to sign out from server 1. Everyone just go ahead and sign out from server 1. How do we sign out from server 1? Right click here, where in that Windows, like I'm doing, and go to shutdown or sign out, and then there's a sign out. Yay. Right? So I hope everyone's following, and sign out and sign in from. So how do we get to the screen to all control delete, right? So there's a 3 buttons here, all control delete, these 3 buttons, right? So these 3 buttons are there, and click that. So I do not want to log in from administrator anymore. This is going to be my backup from now on. If I mess up or this account has some issue that I cannot log in, the new account that we created, then as a backup we still have this account, right? So I'm going to click the other user here. I'm going to click the other user here, and I'm going to type that your first name admin. So from now on, only use this account for the 2 Windows machine. You cannot use this account in the hypervisors, right? Because that's Linux. This is Windows. So only in Windows account, we will only use this user account, right? So in Windows machines, which are only 2 machines we have. So small ABC shift 1 2 3. If you've put any other password, that's also okay. Just don't forget it, right? So this is the username and this is the password, right? And then we go for login. So I hope everyone is okay. So this is the same way we're going to log in from server 2, right? This is the same way we're going to log in from server dos, right? Dos is in Spanish 2. So server 2, I'm going to go to server 2. And I'm just going to right click here, shut down or sign out, and I'm going to sign out exactly from here as well, from server 2. And I need to click the 3 buttons here, Control Alt Delete. I'm going to send the Control Alt Delete on server 2 as well, and other user, just go to other user. So that account is centrally available for all the Windows machines which are joined to domain. So I'm going to log in from your first name admin here as well.
I have a black screen and I cannot go to login.
Oh yeah, this happens. So restart that machine.
Okay.
So guys, if it ever happens that you don't see the login screen at all. It sometimes happens, so just restart that machine, right? And yay, done. Oh, okay, so your first name admin, reboot. Yeah, exactly. So small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1 2 3, and we log in. Yay. Okay, so there you go. And so one of the classes we're gonna try to have it on patio somewhere, right? So all laptops there and outside, nice weather, and outside seatings on a open air, right? Open air theater kind of thing, right? Okay, so other users. So for me, it's it's showing only admin. This means Kavita, it's not joined to the domain. If it's only showing administrator, it's not showing other user. If it's showing other user, it's okay. Oh, it's not showing other user. This means that you haven't joined to the domain. So log in from this administrator account and go through the domain joining process. So guys, we have to be patient for today only, because we've done a shift here, and you know, there are some technical issues. That's why I repeated this, so everyone's good, because on top of this, when we start creating more complicated configurations, so this basic setup must be very good and perfectly configured for the more complicated configurations that are coming. So Kavita, did you log in from the administrator account on server 2 and go to local server, click the workgroup, and yeah, you have to join the domain. Oh, sysprep and snapshot. So Babatunde is saying, oh, okay, thank you, Shabina. So Babatunde is saying sysprep and snapshot. So that's a good time to take a snapshot, but not sysprep. Sysprep does what? It creates a new ID, but in a working machine, if you do sysprep, well, there's a way to do it, but if you do sysprep, it can actually, sysprep is a very dangerous tool. It can actually destroy your machine as well. So, but for the template machine, it's, yes, it's gonna give new SID, which is security identifier. So guys, if everyone's logged in with server 1, server 2 with the correct user, so if you're on server 2 right now and you've logged into the correct user, so see this, right click down here, and do you see command prompt admin? On server 2, we're going to do it the same thing on server 1 as well later. Now you need to go to command prompt admin. Why? There is a command there, so do it on server 2, right click and go to command prompt admin and press yes. So there's a command, and that command is called who am I. Anyone knows what it does? Who am I? Just type who am I, no spaces, who am I, and it shows you then which account are you logged in from, which domain are you joined from, which domains, which account are you logged in from. So it should be okay. Odin. So exactly, so it tells us user login, exactly. So guys, if you have who am I here and you've logged in from your domain admin, so that's your first screenshot. Well, okay, so for server 2 it's going to be second screenshot, and for server 1 it's going to be the first screenshot, or server 2 you can take first screenshot, doesn't really matter. So server 2, if you put who am I, guys, in fact, one more thing here, before you take a screenshot, if it's already too late, just discard that screenshot. See this? Give another command, hostname, HOSTNAME, hostname. Just type another command here, then take a screenshot. Hostname, what does it do? Well, as the name says, it shows you the server name. So now who am I is showing you the domain and the username you're logged in from. Hostname is showing you the name of the server. Now that's the screenshot I need. So take a screenshot of these two commands on server 2. Take a screenshot of these two commands on server 1. So what would be the screenshot name here? Oops. So screenshot 1 is that it's you know, the name, username and machine name. Username slash or dash machine comma machine name. Well, machine name and off server 02. Yeah, there's a domain name. Just ignore that. So the name is screenshot number 1, username comma machine name off server 2, and you can guess the name of the second screenshot. Username screenshot number 2 would be the same thing for. You can do it the other way as well. It's up to you. Doesn't matter. Username machine name of server 1. That's a screenshot number 2. Or you can just go the other way. Screenshot number 1 is username machine name of server 1. Screenshot number 2 is username machine name of server 2. It's up to you. So take 2 screenshots. This means and take the screenshot of. So I'm just gonna go to the first server as well. I'm gonna open the command prompt here as well, and command prompt admin, and press yes here, and that's it. So we know the command now, right? Who am I? Who am I? And host name. So now the second screenshot is for this, right? I hope everyone has already put in that command and taken the screenshots. I hope everyone's okay. Well, I'm speaking inside my teacup now. Okay, guys, so if this is done, let's go ahead. Okay, Mallory says wait. Oh, no, okay. Donald says no, and Mallory says wait, and not yet done. Okay, so let me know. Kavita says no, and Mallory says screenshot not working. What? Screenshot not working? Like print screen is not working. So guys, in your Windows 10 you have another tool here called
Snipping tool.
Snipping tool, exactly. Snipping tool. So snipping tool is this, and this is the one. If you type in search here, snipping, see this? Snipping tool. And click that, and once you click this, there's a snip and sketch as well. If you click the new in snipping tool, then you can just simply select this, and there you go, right? All right, so that is so good. So what's there are some messages there. Which commands, please? Okay, so Donald, there is a first command is who am I, and type. So who am I, and oh yeah, I was actually giving you the screenshots in WhatsApp, right? So I'll give you a sample screenshot there as well. So you would have a record at on that day what commands I did. So first command is who am I, second command is host name. So I'll be putting that here. So who am I and host name. So Donald, these are the 2 commands. Sure, I'll wait, don't worry. Sir, why you copy the notes to OneNote 2? Sir, will you? Okay. Will you copy the notes to one? Yes, I will be copying the notes to OneNote as well. Definitely. So this is screenshot 1 for your record. I'm just putting that here in WhatsApp. Why I'm putting on WhatsApp? Because you can see it right now, right? So suppose you're not, hopefully everyone's connected to OneNote. So in that case, that's good. So screenshot 1 is this, and screenshot 2. So 20. Screenshot 1 is this, and screenshot 2. So I'll just put that screenshot as well. Server 1, screenshot 2, host name, and screenshot 2. So that's the two screenshots for today. Okay, not well. That's just a start. So can you please repeat this part? Oh, okay. I missed a lot of messages here. Down which commands to type, please. Okay, Shabina says, Kavita, I have lost control. Then Shabina says, has the server restarted? Just a second. Kavita says, okay, who am I and host name are the two commands, guys. Sandeep, sir, will you copy the notes? Yep. And Sandeep, thank you. Paul, sir, I still don't have access to notes on OneNote. Oh, okay. So sent you an email to share with me. Nothing yet. Okay. So I have shared with everyone. Okay. There was a way, Paul, we followed up with that a lot in last class. Okay, at the end of the class, Paul, stay here and we'll resolve it. Don't go. Okay, guys. Let me know what happened. Were we all able to take the screenshots? And also, is this done on server 1 and server 2? Okay, so there's a yes. There are 2 yeses out of 28 students. So yes, Marjeet done. Okay, so the 2 screenshots taken, and the 2 commands were run on server 2. 2 commands were run on server 1, and screenshot of each was taken, right? So if it's not taken by anyone, let me know. Those who were not able to take, you can let me know. So okay, so if you are not done, then let me know. Okay, this means that if nobody's saying that I did not do it or wait, who am I is only showing Humber/administrator. Oh, Donald. Okay, so Donald, did you create Donald admin user account already? Yes. Okay, so Donald, you have to log in. Go to server 2 and right click like this and sign out and log in from just Donald admin, right? So server 2, log in from Donald admin. That's what we. So log out from here, from server 2 or wherever you saw this. Who am I? So you have to sign out and sign in from Donald admin. Then take a. So that's why, guys, I ran that Humber / so who am I command and host name, because it is possible that some of us might not have, signed out and sign in, right? So we all signed out, sign in from the new account Donald. So sign out from server 1, sign in from Donald admin, and sign out from server 2 and sign in from Donald admin in server 2, both accounts, and then take a screenshot of who am I and host name, right? Tenzin says here, sir, may I do take screenshots later? I'm not with my laptop at the moment. Sure, okay, Tenzin. So you can just send me an email with that, and that would be good. So when I'm in the mark mode and I'm marking, so I'll just check your email at that time. Okay. Okay, that's very good. Masood is asking for help. Khalid is offering. Very good, guys. Way to go. I salute you for this. Very good. So we are here to help each other. We're one big gang now. Oh, okay. Instead of saying we are one big family now, we're a group now, or we're a team now. We're a herd now. Oh, just kidding. Okay, just let's go ahead. It's a herd. Okay. So anyway, anyone needs help, do let me know. That's very good. So that's very good. Shabina is also offering help. Thank you very much for that, and I salute you guys for that. You're a team. and team player is a one feature that is asked in every resume. Now, guys, yeah, we do need to go ahead, but yeah. So I just want everyone to be on the same page, but we still do need to go ahead as well. But once we are up and running, right? So this session is being recorded as well. If you're stuck bad, like it needs a lot of configurations, then it's kind of then wait for it and sit back, enjoy the show, and then follow the video later throughout the. You have full 1 week to do that too, right? So guys, so what's the plan next now? So here, if I just show this screen, so what we needed to do were these steps. Now we need to go for the next two machines as well. And I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to put this in WhatsApp, where you guys can also see this diagram of the next steps and the configurations. And I'm going to put it on.
So please put it on OneNote.
And OneNote as well. Yeah. So OneNote, I hope everyone's connected. If not, that's why I'm putting on WhatsApp as well. But definitely I will be putting it on OneNote. So it's on OneNote now. And so these are the steps that we need to take now. Let's go ahead. Yay. Okay. So now we have two machines here, right? So we need to, as a virtualization admin, think as a virtualization admin from now on, right? So what we need to do, always think that your hypervisors are offering resources. Your hypervisors are offering resources, and there's always a limit to it, right? So what is your underlying hardware? That is always the question here. What is your underlying hardware? Because whatever resources you're about to create totally depends on how much RAM, how much CPU, how much hard disk. So how much RAM, and then CPU, and then hard disk, and then later also bandwidth. These are the four things that should always be in your mind when you're planning anything else. Even next small step, just think how much RAM I have left with. Oh, let me check that. How much CPU I'm left with. Oh, let me check that. Hard disk and bandwidth. Okay, so that's now right now we have a total of 16 GB RAM, right? So this means that we have to plan ahead like that. So in my case, my first machine is 16 GB. I need to change that to 2 GB now. And the second machine, I'm going to be putting that to 6 GB now, right? So after doing that, then we're going to start the two machines there. We're going to start creating the two machines with 44 GB RAM with Esxi software, right? Oh, we said that, but guys, okay, so we need to confirm if you have that software. So I'm gonna, first of all, you don't have to do that if so right click on the server 1 and check what is the RAM of your machine. So server 1, right click on server 1 here and check what is the memory showing here right now. So if it is already 2 GB, you're good. If it is not 2 GB, then let's make it 2 GB. So ignore the processors here. Processor here is okay. If you give 2 here, it's already okay. Processor here 2. So I'm just right clicking on server 1 and I'm checking my RAM. My RAM is 16 GB. I need to take it down to 2 GB, but we can't do it without powering off the machine. So I need the server 1 RAM to be 2 GB and processors, okay, that also I cannot change if I don't take it down or power it off. So I need to make 2 processors here and 2 GB RAM for server 1 only, right? So I'm going to press OK here. I am going to right click on top of this one and power, and there's a shutdown guest, right? So right click on server 1, power, and shutdown guest. So I'm going to power off this machine, shutdown guest, and then I'm going to change the RAM and processors. Now throughout the course, server 1's RAM will remain the same. So if you've already done 2 GB, you're okay. 2 processors, 2 GB, you're okay already. So I'm just going to click memory and I'm going to click on top of memory, and you can see that there's a 2 GB here, right? So 2 GB, I'm just going to click that on top of that. And in my case, I put 4 processors. I'm just going to go to 2 processors here. So that's good. So make sure your 2 GB RAM and 2 processors are there. If it's already there, it's okay. If not, then power off, come back here, and change the memory by selecting here and click 2 GB. Anyone following behind, let me know. If you want me to see those steps again, let me know. If you've already done that, then we can go ahead. So I'm just gonna press OK here after doing that, and I'm gonna power on. So let's give it, if this message comes up, cannot connect the virtual device setup because no corresponding device is available on the host. Do you want to try to connect? So I'm just gonna click no here. If you press yes, it doesn't matter. If you press no, it's okay. So server 1 has 2 processors and 2 GB RAM. Okay, server 2, what about that? So I'm just gonna go to server 2 here. I'm gonna right click to server 2, and properties, I'm gonna check its RAM as well and processor. So server 2's RAM and processor is 8 GB memory and 2 processors, right? So I need it to be what? I need to be what? Oops, not this one. I need to be 6 GB memory. Okay, 6 GB memory. That's it. So I'm gonna go for 6 GB memory here. 2 processors is also okay. Already okay. So for that, to take down the memory, I need to shut down guest here, right? Exactly, 6 GB. So shut down guest here, and it's shutting down now. So do not power off the machine, always shut down the guest. Shut down guest properly shuts it down. Power off is not really healthy for the machine. So I'm just gonna, it's shut down now. I'm gonna click the memory on server 2 here, and I'll change its memory to 2 GB. Oh, sorry, 6 GB. So where's 6? 6208. So either you can put directly here 6208, or just drag it up and down here. So you can type directly here 6208 here as well, right? And click then anywhere else. So it will show you 6.1 GB, which is also okay. 6.1, 6.2, 6, it's all okay. So 2 processors and 6.1. Okay, 611144. Okay, I'm just gonna go back here. So just type here 6144 to have a bullseye here, and it's 6 GB. Thank you for that. And 6 GB total, which is 6144. You can just type here 6144. Okay, so we're good. And I'm just gonna go ahead and press O and K, right? So 2 processors is okay, 2 processor is okay, 6 GB RAM is okay. Press O and K and power on. So 6 plus 2, okay, I'm just gonna, if this error pops up, it's no. And 6 plus 2, we have to be PhD in maths to figure that out. Now, that's it. Now guys, to the new machines, right? So just power them on, and that's it, leave them there. Power them on, leave them there, let them power on. All right. Oh, it logged in again without, serious. Okay, it's logging me always with the built-in account. Other user, and it is your first name admin. Alright guys, so let's create the new machines now. New machines, what do we need to do? So first of all, we need to make sure that we have the hypervisor. Now there was a download software link there in LMS, and download software link was there also, I guess, in on Humber site. So we need to confirm if we have that, right? So Google Drive, okay. So let's go to our yellow folder here in our laptop, and where did you download the software? So if you go to D drive and go to, well, okay, not D drive, forget it. I'm just saying aloud my own. You can go to C drive, wherever your ISO files are there. I'm going to go to wherever my ISO files are. So I'm just going to a folder structure that you don't have to follow. This is my laptop folder structure. So in that, what I want you to have is, and confirm with me if you don't, okay, if I just magnify. Do you see the magnification there, guys? When I magnify, I need to see that. Okay, so when I magnify, you see the magnification here as well. So now you can see that there's Vmvisor installer 6.5 update 01. Do you all have this Vmvisor installer 6.50? So Khalid says no, and all others. Okay, Jagwan says no, and Ajibola says yes. Amarjeet, yes. Okay, so Shabuddin, yes. So those who are saying no, you can download this from the Google Drive. Guys, you have the Google Drive link? I think I also have it, because download will take 5 to 10 minutes, right? In between. Okay, that's also very good. In between. So you're in the process of doing that, which is also okay. So anyone has the link, I'm going there as well to give you that link right now. Vmvisor installer, exactly this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give you that link. It's gonna take 5 to 10 minutes, and it's gonna be downloaded in your case. So then we will be on our way. So let me just give you that link here now. And oh wow, Ruben, you're fast, man. So guys, there's a link there on the chat. If I click that, does it take me to... Yes, sir, exactly. So guys, thank you, Ruben, for that. You're really fast and furious. Hopefully you're not furious, but fast. That's good. So guys, you can see this VMware Vmvisor installer 6.50 update 01 597 whatever. Okay, so yes, this one. Go ahead and download. While you're downloading that, this we need now, right? So download that first. Once it is downloaded, then later, when you downloaded Vmvisor, then download this VIM later. This is vCenter, which we will go on in 2 classes from now. So we're going to download the vCenter at that time. So just download now Vmvisor, but because if you download both, then it's going to take forever, right? So it's going to take a long time. So we just need it immediately now, Vmvisor here. So, and once Vmvisor is fully downloaded, then go for VIM as well. Okay, that's good. Oh, okay. So wow. Okay, Shabina has also shared the link. Thank you very much. And Ruben has also shared the link. So the same one we downloaded from Google Drive. Yes, Bikram, exactly, it's the same one. Yeah. So if you already downloaded, you're good. If you haven't, both I have. Amarjeet says we have it already. Madhuri says, guys, anyone not having that, let me know. I'm just waiting for if somebody does not have it and is downloading it now. So anyone downloading it now because you don't have it? If you have it, don't download it. So anyone not having it? Okay, download has it already. Oh, this means everyone has it, right? Anyone not having it? If no one says that I don't have it, so then I'll just go ahead now, right? Let's start installation. Take the 5-minute break. Wait. Oh, okay. Khalid doesn't have it. Okay, Khalid said. And who else? Amarjeet. Okay, Amarjeet doesn't have it, right? So... Oh, you have. But you're saying 5-minute break. Oh, okay. Now Khalid has it. Woo, yay. Break? Okay, guys. So let's break it. Oh, break what? No, let's break. Yeah. No break. Paul says no break. Okay, guys. You have to convince Paul now. Otherwise, we are having no break. So break after installation. This means that break after 10 o'clock, right? So yeah. So after 10 o'clock, right? So that's fine. LOL. Come on, Paul. Yeah. People. We all have needs as well, right? So guys, 10-minute break, and then let's come back. 10 minutes is okay, right? 10 minutes is okay. You don't have to go to Tim Horton now, right? So otherwise, normally I used to give 20-minute break because in Humber College they need to go to Tim Hortons. Now it's just 10 minutes. Okay, guys, 10 minutes. Iman, you have to do dinner as well. 15. Today you have to. Oh, you can just do the lab and eat as well. Just don't eat it on the mic. We will all hear that. So. Okay. Break. Okay, well, yeah, I'm stuck now. Okay, 15 would break. Class start 7:50, so 8:05. 8:05. Welcome. So hopefully we're all here, and so the next steps are, have we all downloaded? So those who are downloading, have you downloaded? Khalid has done, right? So this means that all right. So let us go ahead. What we need to do is we're gonna go for the virtual machines here. So virtual machine 1 is 2 GB and virtual machine 2 is 6 GB. Now let's start to create the third virtual machine, and let's click the home button for that. Or if you don't see the home button in Vmware Workstation, you can go for File and you can go for New Virtual Machine, right? So hopefully everyone's on this page here, and I'm just gonna click that Create New Virtual Machine now. And if everyone's on this page, let's click that and start. Typical. Let's click the typical and click next. So once you click the typical and click next here, so you can see here that it's Windows Server 2016 detected, but now we need to go for that Hypervisor software Esxi. So let's click browse here. And whoa, am I recording? So let me just check that. Whew. Okay, thank you for that reminder, Paul. Yes, I'm recording. Thank you. And okay, so let's go ahead and where are we here? So D drive, and we're gonna go for okay. When I say D drive, it's just mine, and yeah, ignore that. So and then just give the path of that Vmware installer 6.5. This is the one, right? And then it should just detect that VMware Esxi 6.x detected here, right? And once it is detected, and then click next. So once we click next here, so this is the page that is asking for virtual machine name. So we can just put the name here as ESXI01 dash your first name dash and Humber VCP dash and 15 June 2020 dash the province is Ontario dash, then dash Canada country dash North America continent, and then dash planet Earth. So and then dash Milky Way galaxy. So
Sir, my space is over filling up the dashes.
okay. So yeah, or let's just stick to the date here, 15 June 2020, and let's not fill up the actual location on planet Earth in this galaxy. So let's just keep it to this, and guys, also select the whole thing, because for the next hypervisor host, we're gonna put the same name there, so we don't have to figure that out. Just copy this name here. So select the whole thing, copy it. In my case, I'm just gonna put it on D drive because it's 1 terabyte and my C drive is 500. So in your case, it's okay if it is C. In my case, D. So don't go for D if you don't have a D drive, or if you don't intend to put it there. So just make sure that you copy.
Amir, Amir, can we use the same folder in which we have our other VMs created, or we need to create a separate folder for this Esxi?
Well, that's why I'm saying that do not click the browse button here, and just keep it C
Okay.
drive, so it's gonna automatically create a new folder for you. If you have only selected this option and did not touch anything down here, and especially did not click the browse, then it will create a new folder with this name.
Okay.
So otherwise, if we have clicked the browse, yes, then you have to select the new folder. So I'm just gonna select the whole name and copy that, and that's it. In your case, it's gonna stay C if you don't have D. In my case, it's D, so ignore that D. So let's click next if you have copied this, and then this is out of habit I'm going for 200 GB. Otherwise, we don't need 200 GB, but it is thin provision. Even if you put here 10 terabyte, it's not going to take that much space. It's going to take whatever the Esxi software takes that space, right? So it's going to just take that space. So 200 GB is okay, and we can go for single file here, which just means that the virtual disk that we are creating now will go up to 200 GB. But if we select this multiple files, then it will create a 4 GB chunks of files until it reaches 200 GB. So it will be divided into smaller 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB files when it grows the disk. This will be one single file that just keeps on growing as one single file. But it keeps the folder neat and clean. This one is a bit messy folder with a lot of files. That's why I just go for single file here. So anyway, if you put the 200 GB and single file here, then click next. Okay, so Donald says not on the page. So where are you, Donald? And you can come on mic. So I'll just go back. So I'm on the start here now. And Donald, you can use the mic if mic has no issue. So typical, next to. And then, Donald, did you select the browse button here? And did you give the path of Vmware that you have downloaded already? So silence means yes as well. So I'm assuming yes. And then I'm clicking next here. And if you say no, then this means no, you're not there. If you don't say anything, this means yes. Yay! That's another code words that we are coming up with, evolving into. So yeah, Sandeep is saying question mark. Yeah, so please elaborate. Is there a question, Sandeep? So I'm just repeating this for Donald, that but I'm waiting for Donald's reply, which he's not giving me. So I'm not sure did he go ahead, did he write this down, so he could come on mic. Okay, next, and then 200 GB here, and then there is that 200 GB if it is written, then next. Okay guys, so customize hardware, let's go for customize hardware here, and then guys, you can see that you didn't give 4 GB, but Esxi always needs 4 GB minimum 4 GB, so don't change that, it's okay. 2 processors minimum. If you give 1 processor, Esxi Hypervisor does not get installed. So this is a prerequisite. 4 GB RAM minimum, 2 processors minimum, which is okay. If it's on NAT, it's okay. We could have given it the custom network as well. But if it is on NAT, the other machines are also on NAT, but they have static IP. It's gonna also have a static IP, so we're okay with that too. So no change on this page, just introducing that, okay, this is all the setting that it has, and click close. So once we click close and click finito, let's click finito here, right? Let's click finito. Okay guys, now we don't need to see it being started because it's going to take some time. So how about we go back to home button here and create another machine, right? So we don't need to see it created, and let's go to the home button again and create the next machine, which is Esxi 02. So we're going to click the create new virtual machine. If you don't have that, then file and new virtual machine is the same thing here as well. So once you click the
Sorry to interrupt, but how much did we choose the memory for over here?
4 GB.
4 GB.
So we don't change anything, it's the same.
And the processor?
And the processor? 2 gigahertz.
Okay, sir.
Wow, that's a lot of echo. So, okay, so Jagun says my networks from server 1 and 2 is set to Vmware 15, which is okay. Jagun, it is okay. In fact, I always do that. I'm not introducing any new changes because I'm afraid that people will be confused with any new abrupt changes. Otherwise, if we had started this course right from the laptop, we could have I could have gone deeper with creation of virtual machines and all those, which I did in the LMS based course, right? So anyway, so this is okay, Jagman, which is okay. Now, Ifyani says that was
how much is the memory and the storage for EXI hypervisor?
See this, if you go to Esxi 1 settings,
Okay.
and
Okay.
there is no need, or there is no change here. So there's a
4
GB RAM, 2 processors, and
Okay.
NAT is okay. If your other machines are on Vmware 15, then change it to Vmware
Okay.
15. If other machines are on NAT, then keep it NAT.
Okay. Okay, my other machines are in NAT, so I'll keep it as such.
Sir, what is the difference between NAT, bridged, and host?
Okay, that's a very good question. And guys, see this. Now, if we are on NAT, you can see here bridged. So, guys, if the installation has started already, go back to Esxi 01, right click here. Go back to Esxi 1, right click here, and go to settings, right? Go to settings. And this is also important to understand because this is your training environment, the VMware workstation. So you should know that the networking options there as well. So if you go to settings here for server 1 where the installation is still going on or it's stopped at certain place, keep it stopped, and let's understand this. So network adapter NAT, first thing is bridge. Bridge just means that if you select that, which we are not going to, but suppose we select that, so this virtual machine will be exposed to the physical network. So this means that if in the other room there's your other friend here in the other room in your house, and he or she has a laptop and wants to ping your machine, since you put it on bridge, this machine will get an IP from your DSL router and it will be appearing as a physical machine in your house, or it will be accessible in your house network. Or suppose you click bridge and you're in the office, so other machines in the office will be able to ping this machine. It will be exposed to external network. It will be connected directly to external network. So we're not going to do that. It's not a very good idea without permission to put your machine on bridge in a production environment. So one of my students, he was actually from VMware company itself, and he was doing the course with me. So he went back and we were doing all the labs there, and he put his machine on bridge in the office. In the office, it's not allowed. They are very strict. They monitor. And if there's a new machine, this could be a hacker machine as well, right? So his machine was detected there because he put it on bridge. So his laptop was confiscated for 2 weeks, and he was given a very strict warning that why did you introduce a machine in the physical network without our permission? So they thought it was a hacker attack. So that's why now we understand what is bridge, right? NAT is network address translation, which means that your machine will get internet connection. There is one public IP that translates to private IP all the traffic. So this means that if you have NAT, suppose you have 10,000 machines and they all need internet connection, right? So either you can give public IP to all those machines, but public IPs are expensive as well. So that's why you get NAT protocol, and there's one public IP you need, and there are 10,000 machines with private IPs. So NAT protocol just gets internet from one public IP and gives it to all 10,000 private IP machines. So NAT gives you internet connection. Host only is that you can communicate this virtual machine to the host only. Who's the host here? Host is our Windows 10 machine, your laptop here, your Windows 10 machine. That's the host. So you want to copy back and forth any software from the physical laptop to your virtual machine so you can connect to host only. So although you can do that with NAT and Bridge as well, that you can copy any software as long as you have VMware tools installed, you can do that. Custom, if we go for Esxi is asking to continue. Yes, Olufemi, but let me just finish that. If you know what you're doing, then you can continue if you want, but otherwise wait for me. So then there's custom, and that custom is that if you have, so maybe you've heard about VLAN, maybe, you have, anyone has heard about VLAN? VLAN is virtual LAN, which means it can separate your traffic from. So let me just put that here. Suppose you have a switch here, and that switch has ports here. Port number 1, it's an 8-port switch, or 12-port switch here, or 4-port switch here, or 32-port, or 64-port. So what happens is that you have virtual machines connected to, not physical machine connected to one port, second physical machine connected to second port, third physical machine to third port, fourth and fifth, right? So if you want, these machines can, share software with each other. They can copy the software with each other. But if you want to create a VLAN between them, which means that if you create a VLAN here, so now VLAN 2 is this, and VLAN 3 is this, right? So VLAN 2 machines now, these machines which were able to communicate with each other, now when you create a VLAN 2, so VLAN 2 machines can communicate with each other, but they cannot communicate with the machines in VLAN 3 anymore. So VLAN just means that you are dividing the traffic. These machines cannot talk to each other anymore when you create a VLAN. So that's the same thing that is here, that if you have VMnet 2, 3, 4, 5 up to VMnet 19, there are 19 networks here, right? So then if you put the virtual machines, connect to virtual machines on VMnet 2 network, and if you connect virtual machines to VMnet 3 network, so VMnet 2 network machines, VMnet 2 machines cannot communicate with VMnet 3 machines. So these are 19 separate networks. You can see on my left side, I have so many machines here for so many different courses here. So normally I can put that VMnet 2 to this 4 machines, VMnet 3 to these 6 machines, VMnet 8. So when I start them all together, they cannot communicate with each other, right? So all the machines should be on any one type of networking. If you put bridge, which I would say don't do that, because if you have a DHCP in your machine, that DHCP, if it's on bridge, then yeah, that DHCP will be distributing IP addresses to your other machines in the physical network. So don't do that. At least don't do that for the first machine. But all machines have to be on the
Sir,
same.
in bridge, do we get the public IP? If you put bridge, do we get the public IP by default?
It will get the IP from your DSL router's DHCP. From your DSL router.
Okay.
Just like your laptops and cell phones get.
Okay. In production environment, what type of network connection is preferred?
Oh, so this is a trading software, right? So this is not used for production.
Yeah, in real time,
it is
what they
Esxi.
prefer.
The Esxi software that we're installing now, that is used.
Yes, sir. What type of network they prefer? Bridge or NAT?
Normally it is connected. It's the bridge would be the network, but it's not called bridge there. But they're all connected to the main network that is provided by the local router or HTTP device. So it's always a bridge.
Sir, I used bridged mode in my Windows client before joining domain, and it won't join domain. So I until I change the NAT.
Yeah. So your all machines should be either on. If you put it on VMnet 15, then all machines should be on VMnet 15. If you put it on NAT, then all machines should be on NAT. Then only you can join the domain. So
it contacts the DNS of my home router.
Yeah. So is it taking the DNS of your home router? Then it could be on bridge right now, or you haven't given a static IP yet. So you have to give a static IP. So even if they are on NAT, they will not get an IP from outside because you've given your own static IP there, right? Okay. So guys, this is a discussion about the networking here, and normally in production environment it's bridge. They're all just connected to the main network there. They're not hiding behind anything. Okay, so if your machine is on VMware 15, keep it VMware 15 on all machines. if you are on NAT, keep the all machines on NAT. That's what my message is, right? So I'm gonna press OK. Now you can see here that there's a message. I hope everyone's seeing this message. Okay, so Jagwant is saying, okay, Paul is connecting again. So Jagwant is saying, I should select VMware 15 if both of my server are on VMware 15. Yes, Jagwant. So Esxi 1 should be VMware 15, Esxi 2 should be VMware 15 for you. Yeah. Okay, so here you can see that, guys, 6.4, and you're hopefully everyone's on this page where it is asking continue. Now let's click on top of this virtual screen here, and you can see that now it's going to be keyboard based. Onwards it's going to be keyboard based, right? So I'm going to press enter on the keyboard now after selecting this screen. Select the screen. Changes to Paul is asking, sir, did we make any changes? Changes. So where were you, Paul? So from there I can.
You were talking about the difference between NATs and.
Oh yeah, now we did not. We did not make any change. So you're good.
Thank you.
So you're good. Go. Alright, guys. So here, once you press enter to continue, then there is F11 to accept and continue. Obviously, it's a very simple installation. So I'm going to go for, on my laptop it is actually function key and F11 for me. For you, maybe directly if you press F11, it's okay. So Amarjit is saying, ask about license agreement. Is it asking about license agreement? So not sure which screen. Are you able to share that screen on WhatsApp, Amarjit? Oh, it's done. Okay. So then so guys, it's just kind of enter and continue. It's very straightforward installation. So I'm on that screen where it's asking for disk space. So is it this disk that we want to use, which is 200 GB? Yes, it's okay. So I'm just gonna press enter because it says here enter. If you want to take out the mouse from here, anyone knows how to take out the mouse from here? Because I cannot move it now, right? Anyone knows how to take out the mouse? Control Alt.
Right control and control.
Okay. So Control Alt, exactly. Control plus Alt key or right control. So yeah. So guys, press enter. That's it on the screen, and then it says US default. Yes, it is okay. US default. So just enter, right? Enter. You have to put the password. Don't forget it. Right? So small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1, 2, 3. I'm just putting the class password everywhere so it would not be confusing. Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1, 2, 3. And password has to match. So press enter if you have put in the password. Hopefully everyone has put in the password. Enter. Well, now it's just scanning the system. Okay, it's again saying the installer is configured to install Esxi 6.5.0 on mpx.vmhba0, which is the disk name here, and this disk will be repartitioned, which is okay. So F11, that's it, right? In my case, F11. In your case, maybe F11 directly. So now it's gonna just install, and that's it. So let's go for the next machine. Yay!
Sir, I could not accept the license agreement and continue. It was asked to press F11, but when I tried F11, it's not going in.
Oh, so click on top of the screen, and maybe in your laptop,
Okay.
I think it's Fn and the F11. So you have to keep on pressing Fn key, the function key.
Okay.
The right left bottom, I think, and then F11. Now press that, so you should go ahead.
Okay.
So it's working. Yeah, F11. Okay, so let us go ahead. I'm gonna press Control plus Alt key to release the mouse. Control plus Alt to release the mouse, right? Because we don't need to see this going on percentage, right? So we can use this time to start the second machine. Okay, so everyone there. Let's click the home button again. Right? Yes, working. Thank you, sir. And guys. Okay, good. So,
Sir, should I give the root password?
yes,
No.
please go ahead and give the root password, which is you're there. Okay. So yeah, class
Okay.
password. Small ABC position for second.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna click home here, and then let's click create new virtual machine. So I'm gonna click that and click next. So now you see for the second machine that it is Esxi 6.0 detected, right? Okay, Paul says please hold on. So Paul, can you come on mic and let me know what's going on? Where are you?
I'm still battling with the password. It's not accepting my password.
Oh. Not accepting your password. Mine 7. Mine 2, maybe Ibrahim, you're saying that? Minimum 7 characters. Okay. So guys, please make sure your it's better to stick to the class password, but if you're giving your own password, so hopefully they are, fulfilling the password requirements there. Sir, unable to release my keyboard and mouse. Shamina is saying, and Jasper is saying all press control. Oh, okay, that was the old one. 830. Oh, that's new now. So it's unusual because it didn't give me this issue. Now working. Okay, good, cool. Okay, so okay, not working. Control Alt is not working. Hopefully it's not Mac. Okay, so if it is clicked on the screen, then try on both sides. Do you have Control Alt on both sides of the key, the space bar? Try both. Oh, okay. Oh, both sides. That's the first time for me. So, but after some moments it works. Oh, maybe it's the machine. The keys are okay, but sometimes the machine is just having too much pressure, and the RAM is less. Guys, can you please also make sure that you have enough RAM, or you have closed all the other. See this? If I go to this area, up arrow, I have some extra applications open there, right? I can right click here and quit to release some RAM there, because it would be that the RAM will also be. If you have any Google Chrome open, just close this. If you have OneNote open, you don't need it now. You can just close that for now, because OneNote is still for later. So any other application. Okay, started working now. Cool. All possible. Yeah, I totally understand that. Okay, guys. So it's done. Yes.
So you finding it's like when the machine was restarting, when it prompted me to restart, that's when then it started working.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now guys, Paul, are you okay with that? Did you figure out the password thing, or shall we go ahead? Anyone else?
Paul seems to be having trouble with his mouse now. He's also on WhatsApp.
Okay, can't find my mouse again. Please wait. No. Oh, okay. Control Alt.
I'm back.
Oh, okay, Paul is back.
Okay, Paul.
Hey guys, so yes, so for second ISO it's the exact same steps, right? For second ISO it's the same exact steps. So yes, initially we're gonna have some issues here, but the more we do the labs, obviously, the more we're gonna get used to it. Oh, this works that way. Okay, this works that way. So, but then later, when we are all okay, we can go even faster. But right now, it's okay to and it's good that you're helping each other. So that's very good. Alright, guys. So, my Esxi actually reached this page, right? This one, right? So if I select it and then press enter, it's gonna just simply reboot, right? So and booting. So I'm just gonna control alt here, and then we can start the fourth machine, right? So for the second is okay, yeah, okay. Madhuri says not there. Yeah, so Madhuri, you can keep the Esxi working, and we can start the new machine, right? So if it is in the installation mode, if you're stuck somewhere, that's another thing. But if it's in the installation mode, we don't need to wait for that, right? We can start another one, right? So, okay, so let's go to home button here. If it's installation going on, guys, then go ahead and just leave it and come back to the create a new virtual machine. And if
Amir,
yeah.
Amir, just a question. So for this installation complete, we go with the default option that says remove the installation media before rebooting, right?
Exactly, yes. So we can
Okay, got
disconnect
it.
that.
Thanks.
Cool. Sandeep says it is stuck at 27%. Sandeep, it's going to go ahead because we have our 16 GB RAM is we have put that configuration to a huge test now. So it's gonna shoot up to 80%. Sometimes it shoots up right away, or sometimes after some time it shoots up to 80%, 90%. It's just done. Jason says wait for a few minutes, try and free up some RAM. Yeah. So guys, the main thing is Chrome open in your laptop? If Chrome is open, close it. We just need our as many software in the background you can close is better. As many software you can close is better. So and Khalid says for second machine the same. Yes, Khalid, is for the second machine is the exact same installation, right? So now let's go ahead. Wow, Brahim is remotely connected. So guys, Brahim just went ahead and he's just remotely connected to it as well. We need to reach here, but I'm just students get frustrated when I'm going ahead and they're stuck, right? So I have no idea that you're stuck unless you tell me. I have no idea that you're stuck. So that's why I'm going slow, but I don't want to frustrate anyone as well, but I can't know if you don't tell me, right? So I wish I had 28 screens.
Sir,
right? Yeah.
Sir, I'm not sure if I remove the installation media. I just rebooted. So how do I ensure that it is proper?
Yeah. So here, guys, how to remove the media. Let me just show that. I haven't even started the next machine here. So see this. If you want to remove the media, it's right click on the Esxi one, and there's a setting here. So once you go here, there's a CD DVD here, right? This is the question is how to remove media when you're restarting. So click that and make sure that this connected is unchecked. For me, it is already unchecked. If it is already unchecked for you, you're good. Okay, you're already okay. But you can also select this button, which if you're not able to select, then you can just uncheck both options. Mainly, if this is unchecked, you're okay. You don't need to do anything. But just to make sure you're unchecking this up, disconnecting the DVD when it is restarting after the final installation, then you can uncheck this one as well and press OK. So I'm going to go for the second installation now. I'm going to click the home button and I'm going to click create new virtual machine. No, Brahim, we cannot clone it. That's going to be not a good idea because it's going to have the same SID. So guys, anyone knows what is SID? SID is security identifier. So yeah, we can try to sys prep it and then clone it, but that's gonna take longer time, right? So yes, Paul, you're right. We are to remove the installation media before rebooting. Exactly, you're right. It says there, but suppose you forgot it. So normally just make sure that what I just showed now, that if the top, if you click the DVD here for that machine, if the top one is just unchecked already, which normally it does automatically, then you're already okay. But you can just come here and just uncheck the other one as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the home button and I'm gonna create the new machine, which is exactly the same way I created the first machine. Okay, there are questions coming and comments coming. So yeah, Donald, did you get that? How to remove the installation media? Because I just showed that here. Uncheck those two options from the DVD. How to remove the installation media? Okay, why does Chrome use so much RAM? I am monitoring it on Task Manager. Yes, Olufemi. Guys, Olufemi has a very good point. Chrome is using huge amount of RAM, and we need every inch of RAM now, every byte of RAM now. We don't need Chrome, we don't need OneNote now. Just close Chrome and close any browser there, close any other application. Maybe you have antivirus there. Try to close as many applications in the background as possible other than what is necessary. Okay, we can simply clone it. No, we cannot clone it. So, or we can clone it in a way that VMware says, which is sys prepping and creating a template machine.
So sorry to bother again. The installation got completed, so I have an option: remove the installation media before rebooting.
Yeah.
And shall I click enter, or should I remove it?
So guys, when I was showing that, I think not everyone was watching that. So again, I'm gonna go there, Esxi settings, and everyone is watching Esxi 1, because if 28 people ask separately, so we're gonna start till 12 o'clock on just how to remove the installation media, right? So everyone watching here, guys? Oh, there you go. So Donald has done it. So thank you, Donald. That's the screenshot. I think I should have put that screenshot there. So but you can uncheck this one as well. Otherwise, if it is unchecked, it's okay already, right? So is everyone watching here, guys? I hope everyone's watching this. Yeah, that's the third time I'm showing this now. So but I should have done what Donald did. I should have just put that screenshot there. So guys, I'm still trying to create the second machine now, which I'm just not gonna see the questions now. I'm gonna start creating that because I'm way behind now answering the questions, but not able to create the second machine. We have to still move ahead with the second lab. So I'm gonna Esxi 2. So guys, just that's the only change I'm doing here. The rest is okay. In my case only, I'm putting D drive here. You can keep it C drive, and it's gonna create a separate folder with this name here. So automatically. So Esxi 2 next, and then 200 GB is the RAM, and single file as a habit. And becomes a hope recording. So yes, it is recording. So yeah. Please mute your mic, please. Mute your mic. I'm gonna mute all. Okay, Donald is already there. Thank you, Donald, for sharing that screen. This is the DC UI that you see there. Is it okay like this? Yes, Donald, it is okay. And 200 store virtual disk next, and then customize hardware. There's nothing to do here now. 4 GB RAM is okay, 2 processors okay, and network adapter. In my case, all other machines are on NAT. That's why I'm putting it on NAT. Whoever is on VMware 15 with other machines, you can put that VMware 15 here as well. So all other machines and this one has to have the same exact network adapter setting. Then they can communicate with each other. So I'm going to click close and finish. So my second machine is recording now. Okay. I'm going for the questions here. Brahim says I had the same issue with Windows. Oh, okay. Installation media. I cloned it so I could not join the domain. Oh yeah. Okay. So yes, cloning. Whenever you're cloning, guys, you can ask me and let you know if you should be cloning or not. Same said exactly. Yes, I hope you're recording. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've read all the questions. So guys, here Esxi 2 is about to install now. It's starting. So anyone's Esxi 1 is still installing or not? Are you done with ESXi1? Are you on this DCUI screen? Anyone not done? So everyone is done, right? Okay, guys.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So Sandeep is saying installing. Okay. So guys, here.
And Amir, just to confirm here, the second one that we are also installing, that's also 200 gigs of memory, and the virtual disk should be a single file, right?
Yes, and 200 GB hard disk. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
And so ESXi1 is on DCUI, which is Direct Console User Interface, and ESXi2 is still thinking of installing. So guys, the main thing is that you should plan to have a good hardware, either desktop with 32 GB or 64 GB RAM, or there are workstation desktops also that goes up to 200 GB disk workstation desktops, right? So whenever you see a good deal, just try to get that. But good hardware would really guarantee that you can do a lot of labs. Although everything's going online, but there's so many scenarios where you have to have local machines and a local hardware has to be good, right? Okay, so okay, who's installing? So Sandeep is installing the first. Sandeep, I'm asking about the first machine. Your first machine is still installing?
It's done. Thank you.
Okay. So the first machine, anyone else not done? Anyone else not done? Anyone else not done? Okay, everyone done. So everyone done, right? So guys, let's start configuring the first machine while let the second machine be keep on installing. Let's not disturb that. In fact, I need to disturb that. I'm gonna go to my second machine and at least start the installation process, right? So I'm gonna press enter to the first, continue, then I'm gonna press F11. You know the installation, it's very simple, right? I'll just make sure that it has started the long process of installation. Then we can configure the ESXi1 now. So on the hard disk, it's enter, next, right? So use default language, yes, enter, right? Password, small ABC, capital ABC, keep pressing shift 1, 2, 3, or remember your password because you're gonna really need that. So enter. And F11. Okay, so it's gonna take some time here. I'll leave it at that. Control Alt to release the mouse. Now let's configure carefully the ESXi1. How do we configure? How do we even enter the DCUI mode here? Anyone knows how to enter the DCUI mode? Yes. Okay, thank you. That was a good reply. Then I should ask how. Okay. Anyway, click on this, and you can see first thing here that is F2, right? See this F2 customized system view. Then the other one is F12, which is shut down and restart, right? So we're gonna go for F2 exactly. So click directly on top of that. Yes, Brahim, you're right that we can connect remotely to this because it got an IP from DHCP, but we need to give a static IP. Why do we need to give a static IP? This is a critical resource. So critical resources must have static IP. Relying it on DHCP is not a very good idea. So let's click on top of that and press F2. So I'm just gonna, in my case, function key and F2, right? I send that and this option should come. I hope everyone's seeing that. And everyone's on this page, right? So root is the top account here. Just like in Windows, administrator is the top account. In Linux, root is the top account, right? So down arrow, click that down arrow here for the password, and hopefully you remember the password, right? Small ABC. If anyone is stuck here, you have to send 28 samosas on behalf of all the students to the teacher. Okay, so anyway, let's just put that small ABC, capital ABC shift front to the. On your behalf, I will, eat all the samosas, and I will let you know definitely that how tasty they were. So you could have a sense of relief there, right? So you'd be so happy. Okay, anyway, so if you put the password, press enter. Oh my god, 20. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna eat right away. I'll take, my time, 2-3 days maybe. Yeah. Okay, so here, so guys, if you're on this page, this is the most important page. Now, Hypervisor is oh, okay. So I should not have said 28 symbols. Yes, I think my mistake. So here,
Is this configuration common for 1 and 2?
Confidential, common for 1 and 2.
No, this is configuration. The what the one which you are
Yes,
doing now.
exactly. So this is the configuration for ESXi1, and this is the same configuration with the separate IP, of course, for ESXi2 later as well, right? Okay. Yeah.
So for me, the 2 is also up. So in that case, can I do both in parallel, or
Whatever we're doing in
you want me
one,
to wait?
you can do it on 2 just with a separate IP. Yes, if you want, if you know
Okay.
exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so thank you.
And guys, so if Yanni is asking, please show me how did you get there. So if Yanni, you can simply, I'm just gonna press escape here. Okay, so if you're on this screen, if Yanni, so click on top of that and then press F2. Hope you got it. Press on top of that and press F2 or FNF2 if that works on your laptop. So it will show this, right? Then down arrow key, keep the root as a username and down arrow key, and the password is small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1 2 3 in my case, or whatever password you put. Just put the password, that's all, and press enter, right? Brahim says, why we are installing 2 servers? It should not be 1 server and 1 client like Windows. Why are we installing 2? Are you saying 2 hypervisors or 2 servers? We have 2 Windows servers and we have 2 hypervisors. So Brahim, are you saying why are we installing 2 hypervisors? Oh, 2 visors. Okay. So exactly, Jay already said that, and yes, we discussed that before as well. But this is a good question. Why 2 hypervisors? Why not 1? Yes, we can have 1 as well, and but we cannot then test here FT fault tolerance, and then high availability, and then vMotion. How can we vMotion if we have 1 hypervisor, right? How can we migrate a machine if we have 1 hypervisor? So all these advanced features, we must have at least 2 hypervisors for them, right? So with 1 hypervisor, then I can only explain in theory. FT is this, H is this, vMotion is this. Get my check from Humber and say bye bye. Hey, I've told everything. Yay! So yeah, but in the job environment, we will never be able to learn anything, right? So for this is job oriented. We're gonna be commandos. Okay.
Amir, can we shut down the other 2 Windows virtual machines that we have so that we can allocate more RAM for the ESXi second installation?
Second installation. Well, you can, guys. Bikram has a good question. Temporarily, for now, you can shut down server 2 only. Why we should not shut down server 1? Anyone has a answer for that? We should never ever shut down throughout the course server 1. Why?
Because we would need a DNS so that they can talk to each other.
DNS, DHCP. Okay, now there's the answer there. Active Directory. So guys, one more point here. We do not need Active Directory for ESXi to work. We do not need Active Directory for ESXi 2 to work. But yes, we need Active Directory for server 2 to basically function or to log in. Why? Well, there's going to be a vCenter deployed there. Then we really need Active Directory as well. But the infrastructure roles are there, so server 1 must always be on. Server 2 temporarily now. Yes, you're right. You're good actually. Good idea. Just to do the installation, I will temporarily, if it is joined to the domain, temporarily I'm gonna shut it down. Server 2, only server 2 we can shut down temporarily now. We can start it anytime later, right? So that's a good idea to save up some RAM when we are not using. But later, this is going to be very critical because we're going to install vCenter here, right? Okay, Ajibullah says domain controller, yeah. Himan says 2 exercise to create a cluster so that you can perform HADRS and other functions. Exactly, we need to. It has to be 2 for job-oriented course. And Ajibullah says, why are we already seeing localhost.virtual.local at the root password setup screen? Localhost.virtual.local. Oh, okay. That I think you're saying on this local screen, right? Not on the. Actually, I don't see here as well. So, but Ajibullah, we're going to be configuring that. We're going to be configuring that. I'm going to be showing you now what IPv4 should we give. Okay, Brahim says that. So there are questions coming. That's why I'm stopped here. Otherwise, I would have gone ahead. Donald is saying which username to use. Donald, you can see this. Oh, so click on top of that, and maybe you just arrived here. So root, login name is root. You don't have to change that. Just down arrow and go away from there and put your password, right? So Donald, you got it. So root is the username and password is whatever password you gave there, right? Okay, cool. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead again. There were many questions there, so that's why we all have to be a bit, patient with all our class fellows, because we all want to learn about the environment, and we are a bit slow still. So, but we need to be on the same page, right? So guys, if you see this, then the first one is configure password. If you want to change the password, which is okay, we don't need to change the password. Down arrow, go for down arrow. There's a lockdown mode here, right? This is a sensitive word nowadays, and if anyone says lockdown, we just want to hit somebody. I mean, like hit the wall maybe. Okay. So anyway, lockdown mode here means, which is we're gonna configure when we are introducing these hypervisors to a central big application called vCenter, right? When we are introducing the hypervisor to those, then the lockdown mode will. What is a lockdown mode? Lockdown mode is that if you are connecting, so now suppose we configured everything, right? Although it's configured by Dhcp, but we're going to configure our static IP here. We're going to configure a lot of things here, right? So when we remotely connect from Windows machine to a hypervisor here, so we are able to do that because lockdown mode is disabled right now. If lockdown mode was enabled, we cannot open a browser from Windows machine and we cannot open the browser from Windows machine and log in remotely to a hypervisor. Lockdown mode makes sure that you only connect from vCenter, which we will be installing later here. You only can connect from vCenter to the hypervisor, because vCenter controls the hypervisor remotely, and you can log in from this DCUI. From DCUI, you can only log in, which is direct login, and from a remote, if you want to remotely connect to this hypervisor, so only from vCenter, which in future we're going to be installing, but not from hypervisor. This is a security mode there, and not from vSphere client as well. So lockdown mode just is for security, that you can log in from central application and you can log in directly, but not from a browser and not from another client, which is called vSphere client. So that's what lockdown mode is all about. But we're going to be talking about that when we have installed vCenter. After that also, we're going to be learning about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to configure further. I'll just put this picture here. Now, what we need to do is, okay, escape. So first thing is that we have configure management network here, and then we have restart management network. So what is a management network? Management network is a service that helps us configure the network configuration of this hypervisor. And restart will restart this service. If suppose there were virtual machines on top of this hypervisor and you restart it, obviously every virtual machine will be disconnected from the network on this hypervisor. Hypervisor's only task is to host virtual machines. Then there is test management network. If you want to ping from this hypervisor to any other machine, then this is the one that we use. If we go down to network restore options, then there is okay, Donald says that I can't pass authentication. I don't know why. Well, the reason would be, is it the correct password? Check your caps lock, and can you share a screenshot? What is the username that you're putting there? So, and what is the password that you put when you were installing? That's the password we need. Just like in Windows, when it asks a password, you put a password, then later it asks you that, right? So invalid login or password, it says here. So on on this it says invalid username password. So Donald, you have to, I mean, whatever password you gave, you have to put that. I mean, hopefully there is someone who's a hacker and can crack those passwords. Otherwise, it's you have to rely on your memory, what you put there or how you put there. Oh, it's not boot, it's root. Username is root. Yeah, it's root. And try to keep it small case, but should not be case sensitive. And the password, well, maybe you gave class password, so this is the class password, but if you give something else, then yeah, as I was saying, don't forget it. Or, well, mistakes happen. I don't know. I wish I could help by suggesting the password, but not sure how to help here. You have to figure out the password. Try again and again and again. Try my password. So Brahim says try his password. Yeah. Okay. Come on, man. So yeah, Donald is something that you have to keep on trying. Just try to remember carefully what was the password. What could be the password, right? Some combinations as well. Try to check the combinations as well. If it takes a longer time and the password is not there, so then you have to reinstall the Esxi 1 or Esxi 2, whichever you forgot the password of, or the password is not correct, like this. And I think you can follow the video after when it is released, or if you can join us during this. But yeah, we can. Yeah. So Donald, try to remember what the password is, and let me know when you're there, because this is one thing that nobody else would be able to help you with. That you have to remember the password. Okay, so let me know if you need. Well, the help would be that you can reinstall another hypervisor or remember the password. These are the two options right now. Cracking the password may not be an option here. Windows maybe, but E6 is a bit more tough. Press down arrow key and give password.
Sir, you said test management network is to ping from the VM to the host. Is it what you said?
Yeah, so if I go back here, test management network is to just ping. So if I go inside, it looks like this. So it's just to ping, just to check that from your side, from the hypervisor side to any other machine, is it pinging or not, and to the gateway. So
So that would be VM to VM only?
Yeah, VM to VM or VM to gateway or VM to any next hop or next IP.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, sir.
And I'm just going to press escape here. And okay. If any says here, since he did not save config, let him press escape. Yeah. It will take him to the previous page, then press F2 again. If any, I think he was not able to log in the first time to reach this page where we are. So
Okay, I thought he was already on this page and he has already set the password and wants to go back. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to go back to where he set the password. Yeah, it will come down to if he forgot the password, then it has to be reinstalled. Esxi has to be installed from the start. Okay guys, so network restore options, then there are, if you have saved the configurations of network, then this is the network restore. You can restore the options. Yeah, Donald says, I have not forgotten. I know, I understand, Donald, but the reality is that that's not the password which you are putting, right? So machine just takes what you put there. So 2 times what you put there, just try to remember different combinations, right? So sometimes the input method is not correct. Maybe caps is on, yeah. So try to put your password with caps now, right? So try to put that password with caps on. Maybe at that time the caps was on. So there are many ways, many things that can happen when you were putting the password, right? Caps was on, maybe, so the password now it is off, but so caps and shift. Oh yeah, caps and shift configuration can also be. So Yes, Donald, you can see there that if your password with caps was written, then the password would be this: small capital ABC, small ABC, and shift 123. Or if the caps was there all the time, maybe it's just simple 123. There could be just a few hundred combinations here. So guys, what's the suggestion here? Few hundred combination, yeah. Deploy a new Esxi. Yes, Himan says that deploy a new Esxi. That would be it, Donald. And Jay says worst case scenario, make a new one and work on machine 2 for now. Okay, that's also good. So Donald, you have a second machine. You can just try that too. If you have tried all the combinations or many combinations and it's not working, so. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting, that you can do it after the class, and there are students who can help you. So Donald, my suggestion is if it's taking long time, you can try to understand what's going on and not go ahead, or you can go ahead with the second Esxi 2 there. In my case, Esxi 2 is ready. I'm just going to press enter. It's going to reboot. Okay guys, so excuse me. And okay, so Donald says I will reinstall after the class. Okay, cool. Hey guys, so let's Donald and others, please try to understand the topics here. The main thing is click, 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 and next, next, next can be done very easily later as well. But the thing is that if we don't understand now, we won't be able to go ahead, right? So the whole benefit of the course will be gone if we don't understand. So restore options are here. Then we are configure keyboard if you want to have some hotkeys configured there, or just you want to change the language of the keyboard. Then you can just configure keyboard. Troubleshooting options is that if I press enter, troubleshooting options, there's that enable Esxi shell, which is the command prompt for hypervisor. Enable SSH if you want to remotely connect to this hypervisor. Modify Esxi shell. I'm inside the troubleshooting mode options there, just introducing there. And modify Esxi shell and SSH timeouts. Then there is modified DCUI idle timeout. So this is also if DCUI, this is the DCUI mode, right? Ours is a DCUI. We are inside a DCUI mode, direct console user interface, right? So and then there's restart management agents, and those are that agents are that you're remotely connected to hypervisor in that case, or whatever other services are running here. The agents for those services like network service or storage service, you want to restart those agents to refresh networking or refresh storage, then you can do that. So I'm going to press escape from that to go back to the previous screen, right? And then there's view system logs, and you can see that there are sys logs, VM kernel configurations logs, management agent logs. So log files really with timestamp store all the information here. And all right, way to go. Hey, okay, now Donald is okay. Woo. Okay guys, so that's very good, Donald. Well, good troubleshooting. So well, these are all the log files here for different types of events that are happening here. And then view support information, and that support information here is showing you the self-signed certificate that has been given to this hypervisor. Normally you would go to GoReady.com to purchase a public certificate, which is going to be $200 up to $2,000, and you can purchase a certificate there and then download it here. Then that certificate will be showing here, but right now it is showing self-signed certificate. So, and this is a serial number here as well to identify this hypervisor, which is the long number here. So you can see that security information of this machine in the view support information, and then there is that reset configuration. If you do that, obviously whatever you configured up there will be gone. So what we can do here is we can go up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow. So are we all on configure management network? Yes. Okay, thank you for that reply. And if you're on the configure management network, then press enter on top of that. Okay, so press enter on top of that, and there you go. So we are in the configure management network. Configure management network. Hopefully everyone's there, right? And then you can go network adapters. First thing is network adapters. You can see here, right? So network adapters, and you can see that it names the Esxi hypervisor names the physical network adapter as VMNIC0. VMNIC0. So suppose you had 10 physical adapters in the HP physical server or IBM physical server, right? So it would be VMNIC0, VMNIC1, 2, 3, 4. So remember that physical NIC is called VMNIC. Second thing is VLAN, and I already discussed about that, that if you want to, the two types of machines on different VLANs machine cannot communicate with each other, and machines of the same VLAN can communicate with each other. So I'm going to go down here and let's configure the IPv4 configuration. Hopefully everyone is on this page. Okay, so IPv4 configuration, if you're on top of that, let's press enter, right? So let's press enter here, and you can see this screen. Hopefully everyone is on this screen, right? So it's asking disable IPv4. No. We're not here to disable it, right? Then it says use dynamic IPv4. This means you got an IP address from DHCP already, so you want to keep using that? No. If we wanted to keep using that, then we won't be coming here, right? We want static IP, the third option here. So down arrow further, and once you're on top of that, press spacebar. So press spacebar or the long key at the bottom of the keyboard. Oh, okay. So, and then once you've selected that, this means you're about to give a static IP because it's a critical resource. So I'm going to down arrow once more, and I'm on this line now, right? So once you're on this line, the only thing to change here is the last two numbers, 50. Instead of 50, we're going to go back to the configuration that we talked about, and that is, so it is actually 3. This is what we need to change, 503. The rest is okay actually, because it has all this information configuration correctly received from DHCP already. So DHCP has done most of our work already. We just need to, so how to change the last character? Right arrow key. I'm going to press right arrow key. If you have just selected the whole thing and everything, all the IP is gone, just start typing 192.168.200.3. Or in my case, I press the right arrow key, then I'm pressing backspace once, backspace twice, and that is it. So I'm just going to put 3 here. That's all, right? But 133. 133. I have 88.133. So this means that whether, first of all, you need to check that your VMNet setting, this one, if I go right click here on settings, then that network adapter is on, suppose yours is on NAT, so other machines network adapter should be on NAT as well, right? If yours is on VMware 15, other machines are also should be on VMware 15. If others are on VMware 15, this machine should also be on VMware 15. If it's on different, then it's gonna get a different IP. There's a built-in DHCP into VMware Workstation as well. So you got an IP from a built-in DHCP VMware Workstation. So just make sure that your VMNet setting is good. But right now you don't have to, well, you can fix that, but you can give a static IP still, and it's gonna be okay. So go ahead, brother, still give static IP here. But yes, make sure that network adapter setting is exactly the same like other machines. That's most crucial. So yeah, so make sure that it is good for others as well. Others are also on NAT. Are others on NAT? Okay. So then just give the static IP. It's okay. It should, the IP scheme should be good if they're all on same network adapter. So that's done, guys. If you have put the 3 here, that's all you need to do. Now press enter. Do not press escape. You know what? If you press enter, it's gonna save it. If you press escape, it's not going to save it, and then you have to come back here and put this set static IP here and then put the 3 here. So press enter to save it, right? So I'm gonna press enter now and it is saved, right? Then I'm gonna click down arrow key, IPv6 here, right? IPv6. So we're not using IPv6 here. Okay, down arrow key further, DNS configuration. Obviously we need to configure DNS configuration. Hopefully everyone's there. If you're not there, I have no idea of that. You have to tell me you're not there so I could know. So okay. So Badr says no, you're not there. Oh yeah, you're how to change IP. Okay, I'll go back here. IPv4. I'm gonna press enter, and if I go down here, Badr, did you set static IPv4 to this? Did you select that? Space bar, I selected the upper one. Then down arrow key, space bar, I select this one, right? And then down arrow key further, you're on this IP, you need to change it. So just start typing on top of that 192.168.200.3. That's it, right? And then press enter. So that's all you need to do. Press enter. Press enter. Press enter. Okay, you're good. So press enter to save. Okay, let's go down to IPv6. No, we're not changing that. Then let's go down to DNS configuration. And yes, we need to make a slight change here. What's the change here? So let's press enter on the DNS configuration. And
so should we disable IPv6?
It's okay. Even if IPv6 is enabled, it's okay. So let's go ahead and down to the DNS. Hopefully everyone's in the DNS configuration. So IP is okay because DHCP has already configured that. If IP is not okay, please make sure you put the IP 192.168.200.1. If the IP is exactly not like this, please put it. The other thing is down arrow, there is no alternate DNS. We don't have second DNS server here, right? So we're not putting anything here. Then the third one is down arrow again. This is what we need to configure. So be careful here and check your spellings. Make sure you got the correct spellings, right? So I'm gonna put your first name. Here's my first name, right? So wherever I put my first name, it will be your first name. So your first name, Esxi01, right? So make sure exactly this is how you put this. Your first name, Esxi01. Your first name, Esxi01, right? Okay, so in order to save it, you have to press enter. Do not press escape here. In order to save it, press enter, right? So I'm just gonna press enter to save it. Shall I? Yes. Okay, thank you for that. Enter. So I'm saving it, and then down arrow, custom DNS suffixes. What are we doing here? Custom DNS suffixes. So then press enter here. What is a DNS suffix? So you can see, I think everyone has humber.local already there, right? I think everyone has humber.local. Okay, welcome back. And everyone has humber.local here. So if that is the case, oh, Badr says local domain. So Badr, go ahead and put the domain name that you have. Khalid says local domain. So Paul says local domain. So guys, do you all have your Windows domain name as humber.local? Okay, so Paul changed it to humber.local. That's very good. If any has virtual. So if your domain name is virtual.local in server 1, then put here virtual.local. If your domain in server 1 is whatever.local, put here that whatever.local, right? If any.com, very good. .com, okay. So if any, then put that if any.com here, right? If it's not already there, then put it there. You're right. But we can go and change it in server 1, right? Paul, no. Whatever is there, Paul, whatever domain name. So I'm going to go to server 1 now, right? I'm going to go to server 1. and I'll just log in from server 1 here. Then I'm going to give you the reason as well why are we following a Windows domain. So see this, on server 1, my domain name is humber.local. I need to keep this. So whatever your domain name here is, put that domain name here if it's already not there, right? Jason, if it's empty, then you know your Windows domain name. Whatever your Windows domain name is, put that here. Okay, Paul, then you're good. You don't have to change anything then. Okay, right? Oops. Yes. So
I have local domain, comma, humber.local. So how do I delete local
yes.
dot local domain?
So suppose it's so what is your domain name? Windows domain name, Madhuri?
Humber.local.
So see this. I'm gonna remove this
Yeah.
and just type humber.local because my domain is humber.local. That's all, right? So if your domain is local domain.local, remove that and put your Windows domain name here. So okay, guys, wait up. Yeah, you go ahead. What you're doing, Shabina? It is IPv4 here. See this? In IPv4, I went to static IP address and I selected with spacebar this, and I went down here 200.3. Then I just remove the 50 and put 3 there, right? And I press enter. So enter would save it, escape would remove it. Enter would save it, escape would remove it. So press enter, and then oh, did I press enter? Okay, then I went down to DNS configuration here. So Shabina, following? Or any other, I'm just repeating that one more time for everyone else. Then you go for DNS configuration. I'm going to press enter, and here leave the DNS there, but put the host name as your first name, Esxi01. Your first name.
Okay.
You're good?
Yeah.
Your first name, Esxi01. Like this. If that is done, then press enter to save it. Do not press escape. Press enter to save it. Do not press escape. Enter. And then we are here now. Custom DNS suffixes. So press enter here and make sure whatever your Windows domain name is, Active Directory domain name is, put that there. Everyone is okay with that? You have to be smart. You're all administrators of your environment, right? Your environment, you are the administrator there, right? So just be smart. Whatever your domain name is, everyone has put that. Then the reason comes, why are we following Windows domain? Isn't VMware different from Windows? Microsoft is a separate vendor. VMware is a separate vendor. Why are we putting the domain name of Microsoft here, right? So for that, I'm just gonna, yeah. Okay. So, okay, I will place that here. So guys, what happens is that why are you following with the Windows domain name? It's the DNS. So in DNS, you see there that there is server 01, and what is the FQDN, right? When you put server 01, what is the FQDN? Anyone knows the FQDN? That's your domain name. So server 01 dot, suppose it's humber.local or virtual.local or ifany.local, right? Ifany, you're a celebrity now. So ifany.local, right? So, and everyone will be getting autographs from you now. So, but whatever domain name you give, it's a fully qualified domain name here, right? FQDN. So exactly. So here, why hypervisors, which are not even Windows machines, are given the same name as the Windows machine. So server 2.humber.local or virtual.local or ifany.local, right? Or server 1. So the thing is, suppose you have 2 branches here. First of all, we need to access by name. Second thing is, but name could be different as well, right? But this is Toronto branch. And then there is another branch, and that is New York branch. So in that case, you need to name it in a way that you would know right away that where this hypervisor, which branch it belongs to, which network, it belongs to. So the hypervisors here, Esxi01, if we have a subdomain called Tor, and then it just completes the rest of the domain name, right? So humber.local. So we by giving a name here, we can just say that, oh, that's part of that same domain. And now we have a printer, Windows printer. So prent01 dot humber dot tor dot humber.local, right? So you would know that, okay, the naming convention has been intelligently, smartly given to all the devices that belong to Toronto branch here. Not only the printers of Windows, but the hypervisors of Microsoft, hypervisors of VMware have also been given the naming convention. So we know that they all belong to Toronto branch. So obviously then ESXi01 of New York branch would be having the NY and then .humber.local, right? So we are giving this DNS suffix. So we also say UPN suffix, or the ending part of the domain name. So we could actually identify the resources by just looking at the name. Now you can look that easily. Esxi2 is actually in New York because you've used the domain name New York, and that's the same thing for Windows machine. You have a file server there. So file server, Windows file server .ny .humber. So you get the idea that, oh, okay, it's a naming convention. Because of that, we're following one domain name for one branch. We just have one only, so we don't have Tor there, but we could have had that. So the rule or the naming convention, that's what we're following here. So you have to be very smart in giving naming conventions when you have big environment or even small environment, right? So Rahim, otherwise your paper will be printed in New York. Exactly. Exactly. So so guys, do we understand that why we're sticking to the Windows domain? We're putting that domain name to a VMware device which does not belong to Windows. It's a VMware company's device or software, and Windows or Microsoft software is different. But just naming convention has to be smartly put there so you could recognize that, oh, ESXi belongs to that branch, where the Windows devices belong to that branch as well. So that's the logic behind keeping the Windows domain name here as well, right? So I'm going to print screen that, and hopefully we understand what we're talking about. The main thing is, do we understand? Because in interview, they're going to know what you know. They're not going to be interested in, hey, what did you click? No. What do you know? What do you understand? That's what they're going to be interested in, right? So I'm going to press OK here. So humber.local is my domain name there for now. So I'm good with that. Virtual.local, whatever your domain name is. Hey, is that a space? No. Okay. So yeah, humber.local. I'm going to press escape. Oh, actually enter. Now guys, let's just confirm the whole configuration. How do we confirm that? Up arrow, DNS configuration, right? You can confirm your first name is Esxi01. Remember, it is not EXSI, it is ESXI, right? So just make sure the naming, this spelling is correct, right? If you by mistake put EX, it doesn't matter. Just remember that spelling. Okay, and then there's that IP address. Okay, check, we're good. If I go up arrow, IPv6 may not configure anything here. If we further go up arrow, just confirm that it is 200.3 and the subnet mask is this and default gateway is this. So if that is all okay, we need to save this configuration. Is it case sensitive? No, Sandeep is not case sensitive. So guys, we need to save this configuration. How do we do that? We're going to press once only escape. We're going to press once only escape. It's going to ask, hey, do you want to save it? So I'm going to press now escape here, and it's going to ask me, you want to save it? When it says save it, yes, just press Y and it will be yes, right? I'm going to press escape now, and it's asking this. Hopefully everyone gets this screen. So just type the Y button on the keyboard and save. Yay! Okay, so that's how we save the configuration. So hopefully everyone was able to save this configuration, because we need to do this exact same thing on Esxi2 as well. So hopefully everyone's there and save the configuration. So let's go to Esxi2 as well. I'm going to release my mouse here Control Alt key to release the mouse, and then I'm going to go to Esxi2, right? In VCP6 it's already on DCUI, Direct Console User Interface, DCUI, right? So Direct Console User Interface. So I'm going to click on top of this, and how do I go inside? Oh, I forgot the key. How do I go inside? What do I press to get the login screen here? F2, exactly. So in my case, F2, and the root is the username, and the password is whatever you gave there, small abc, capital abc, shift 1 2 3, and enter. So we're actually gonna do exactly the same thing, just the IP would be 4 now. So I'm gonna control Alt here, see this diagram here. The IP is 4, the rest is all exactly the same. No, not exactly the same. The name, oh, seriously, what's wrong here? Hey, nobody corrected that. You owe me 28 samosas more. Oh, just kidding. Okay, so here, so it's 2, it's not 1, it's 2. All right or all wrong? Okay, all right. So we're gonna do two changes here. Your first name is VCP6 and 200.4, right? So let us go ahead. Let us and sell it. I mean, I'm already hungry, so let us. So okay, on VCP6 I'm gonna click that, and then I'm gonna go down arrow key. I'm gonna go to the Configure Management Network, and I'm gonna press Enter on that. So click Configure Management Network and press Enter on that. Okay, there's a photo here. So Kavita is way ahead of us right now. So yeah, okay. So Kavita, slow down. Come on. I mean, we haven't even reached there yet. So I'm just kidding. Just press Enter here. Okay. So yay! Brahim says yay. Okay. So here, so press Enter, and then oh, okay. Sorry. When was that posted? 9:30. Oh, now okay. And Jas Vijay is putting this screenshot here, where pinging it. Hey, why are you here, Jas? So you could just escape from here. Resolving hostname ja6i02.humber.local failed. It's kind of okay because we haven't configured it yet, right? So we have to give the correct name and IP and everything, then we can check this out. We are just starting to do that. So, oh, you did that already? Then just double check those configurations with us while I'm doing that now. And maybe the DNS is not up yet so soon. So after, you can go ahead and restart and then try that again. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna press Enter here, and yeah, so I'm gonna go to the IPv4 configuration, and I'm gonna press Enter here, IPv4 configuration, and press Enter. So Kavita, you can just press Enter to that reboot. Hopefully it's rebooting. And I'm gonna down arrow. I'm gonna press spacebar here. Hopefully everyone's know that step. And then down arrow here, then right arrow. So it doesn't show the blinking here, but it's actually here right now because I pressed the right arrow. Then backspace once, backspace twice, and then it's 4, right? So 200.4, 4. And in order to save it, what do? We press Enter. In order to save it, press Enter. Okay, so then we go down arrow, nothing in IPv6, nothing in IPv6. Down arrow, DNS is okay. Well, no, IP is okay, but host name we need to still change. So I'm just gonna press Enter here. And down arrow, we don't have a second DNS, alternate DNS, so nothing here. Host name, now this is what we need to change. So your first name and Esxi02. Alright, so make sure this spelling is correct because you're about to create A records in DNS for that. Oh, that's why. Jas, JVJ, we haven't created the A records yet, right? we have to go to DNS and create A records for these. So this IP, this name, like 200.3 and this name, and 200.4 and this name. So your first name is 6502, and then in order to save it, press enter. In order to save it, press enter. Enter. Okay, then we go down to custom DNS suffixes and press enter here, and make sure your Windows domain name is written here with correct spellings. Make sure your Windows domain is written with correct spellings, right? Is it? Yes. So if it is written correctly, then that is it. So no change here. Well, if it is, already correct. Otherwise, yes, correct it, and then press enter to save it. Enter to save it, right? I hope everyone's doing it done, or maybe if I'm too slow, then let me know. So I'll go fast. We're done, right? Or yeah, let me know. So here, I'm just gonna double check. I'm gonna up arrow DNS configuration here on the right side. Yep, good. And IP is good. So if I go IPv6, nothing here. Then I up arrow again, and then do you see 4 here? If you do see 4 here, you're good. So that's it. Now I need to save all this. So what I do, I'm gonna press escape only once, and then it's gonna say, hey, you want to save it? So I'm gonna press yes or Y. So I'm just gonna press escape here and press Y. Why? No, Y. Okay. Alright. So I'll just try to mute everyone. Oh, somebody was eating right now. Seriously? Hey, I'm so hungry, and you're doing that like eating, right? Chewing something, chewing. So I'm seriously really hungry now. So okay. Anyway, so now there's that E6i1 and E6i2. Both are configured. Yay! Okay. So if both are configured, so we go back to check our progress here. Okay, that's done. What's next? So next is this. We need to create A records for both E6i1 and E6i2. How would they look like? First of all, anyone knows what's an A record? And how would they look like? So E6i0, your first name. Yeah.
An A record is the match. In the DNS, we put which IP resolves to which name.
Exactly.
So when the query comes, it gives that details.
Yeah, exactly. So A record has a name and IP of a machine, and through this, if DNS has that information, it will let anyone else connect to that device by name. So we're about to create these 2 records here in the DNS in server 1. So we could, from the whole environment, from anywhere within this network, we can connect to this hypervisor by name. That's the best practice. You can still connect by IP right now, but better connect by name. That's the best practice, right? Exactly. So we're about to create these A records. Let's go to our server 1. Let's open the DNS and then create the first A record like this, and then the second A record like these. So let's go here. And so where do we go? We go to server uno, right? Oh, that's in Spanish 1, or server un, that is in French 1. I don't know about Japanese. Hey, what's 1 in Japanese? Okay, so server 1 here, and
Ichi.
Okay.
Yeah, Ichi means some.
Ichi means 1. Oh, thank you, Jay. Wow, I learned something new. Cool. So, okay, guys. So let's just connect to that and server Ichi, right? Then what's 2? Okay.
Ni. Ni.
Ichi, ni. Wow, man. I owe you. Okay, 2 virtual samosas coming your way. So, enter. Ichi, ni. Wow, cool. So, server Ichi and server ni from now on. Okay, guys, so we're going to go to tools in server Ichi, and yeah, it's itchy actually. It's itchy in my back as well. Okay, so but anyway, so tools, and then go to DNS and server 1. So where do I go? There's that Uno in Tamil. Okay. Ek in Hindi. Okay. Harry Gato. Oh, that I know in Japanese. Yeah. Wahid in Arabic. Hey, we're good. Cool. Okay. واحد اثنين ثلاثة أربعة كيف حالك? Okay. So let's go ahead, guys. And there's that forward lookup zone. Hopefully we're all there. So forward lookup zone here, and then there's humber.local, and in Humber or virtual.local or the celebrity if any.local, right? So any one of those. So you can see that server 1A record and server 2A record is there. So forward lookup zone is responsible for a forward lookup zone is resolves computer names to IP addresses, and reverse lookup zone resolves IP addresses to computer names, right? So select, expand the forward lookup zone, and then click the humber.local and right click on humber.local or virtual.local or whichever your domain.local, and you can see the A record or AA, right? So there's that AA is for IPv6, but A record is for machine name and IP address of whichever machine you want. So let's click that A record here, and now you should be seeing this, right? So name, the FQDN that's going to be filling up now, and the IP address. So let's go for your first name, Esxi01. So guys, any mistake here, if your name there back in the Esxi is different, suppose there you type EXSI and here you type ESXI, so you're gonna have trouble throughout the course. So make sure you're not making any mistake here. It's the exact same spellings, and whatever name you put there, it has to be the same exact spelling. It's not case sensitive, but it is spelling sensitive. Wow, that's a new word, right? Spelling sensitive. Cool. Okay, here IP address 192.168.200.3. Okay, restarting my server. Paul is saying SIE. Oh, celebrity. Okay, no, what that was FANE, right? So Paul is saying restarting server 1. Restarting server 1. Okay, so I will slow down now. Is that okay? Or slower? 0.25 speed. Okay, so that was so difficult. Okay, anyway, hey, that was in that movie, right? That was kind of, oh, I forgot the name, but that was so cool that, you know, across the counters he starts talking slow. Okay, anyway, so here 203, and then we're gonna put that create pointer. Oh, okay, so yeah, Paul, you're back. Or do you want me to?
Sir. So after the page loads, server 02, where do I go from there?
Off. Sorry.
Off. No, there's where you have the NSDC at the top, the name.
Yeah. Want me to
Okay, now. Yeah. So from here, where do I go? From here, where do I go? No. Yes.
DNS.
About that, I got it. About that.
And local and right click here.
Local and right click.
Hopefully,
Yes.
shall I go on?
Hopefully, select all.
Good, right?
Okay.
Good, right? Okay, cool.
Yes.
So your first name ESXI01. Okay, for that, I think you need
Okay, so that's
too much echo.
that is.
Okay, mute all. And guys, here fully qualified domain name. So your first name esxi01.humber.local, and then the IP. But just make sure if any mistake here, any slight mistake here, it will be not good for the course. You have to come back here and then fix that. Then go for create associated pointer record here. So it's gonna create a pointer record inside reverse lookup zone automatically, right? So your first name ESXi01, it's not case sensitive, as you can see here. So if that is done, click add host. Yeah. So add host. Let's click add host. I hope everyone's there. If not, let me know. Otherwise, click add host now once only, because it's gonna ask again the same screen. So the host record is successfully created. Hopefully everyone sees this message. Then press O and K, right? Okay, so then it asks again, hey, what's the other record? So if I just drag it here, so you can see already that it's your first name is ESXi01 and the correct IP is there. So I'm just going to go for the next one, your first name ESXi02. And here the IP, whatever the IP is there, 192.168.200. Anyone knows the IP?
Yeah. Sir, it shows me a warning like the PTR for reverse is not available. Like that, it says a warning.
This is because I think you did not configure the reverse lookup zone at all, or the reverse lookup zone is with a wrong range here. It could be any of these two.
Okay.
But it's still gonna work for you even if you haven't configured the reverse lookup zone. But it's better after the class just configure the reverse lookup zone.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, no problem.
So, yeah.
Sir, there is an issue with the EXXI machines for me, because whenever I switch them on and whenever I'm in that console, I cannot use my mouse or keyboard for any other application. So it's just stuck there in the EXXI. I had to
it works.
I haven't tried that. I'll try that.
That's strange that it's not working. Yeah.
Because I had to shut both the machines down so that I could come back to server 1 to set the DNS down.
So I think it's the RAM is not letting you do anything, I guess. Oh, but it's good with the other machine, other hypervisor?
Other Windows hypervisor is all good. It's not allowing me for ESXi.
Check its RAM as well. Maybe by mistake it's 8 GB or 12 GB and it's overcommitting, but it would affect others as well. Otherwise, shut down that and recreate another one just to be ready for the next class. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the IP here that we're giving? Flush DNS, exactly. That's the IP we need to. Oh, okay, 4. Yeah. So let's go for 4, and this is the 4 IP and the create pointer record. So keep it selected and make sure the spellings are el correcto. Okay. So and add host. So 192.168.200.4 and add host. So it says successfully added. Press OK here. Yes, Khalid is saying flush DNS and register DNS for the DNS, right? So, okay, and done. So guys, make sure now that you have this screenshot here. So just take a screenshot of this screen where server 1, server 2, server 3, or ESXi1, ESXi2 are showing with the correct IP addresses. I need a screenshot here. This is going to be very crucial for me to know your configuration, right? That are your IPs and names correct, because that's sometimes this is our troubleshooting that keeps coming back. So take a screenshot here, IP configuration of all 4 VMs, IP configuration of all 4 VMs, IP configurations of all 4 VMs, and that would be showing inside. Actually, it's the DNS configuration, but since we put IP configuration, it's okay. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of that and put it on OneNote. All right, there you go. So Rahim has shared that, and yep, You're good. Cool. Way to go. Brahim dash client server 01 ESXi01. Okay. So you named some machine as client 01. Okay. Well, as long as you know that it's a server, so we're good. So I'll just put that picture here, screenshot here for you to check. Now, guys, this means that we are good to go as far as the hypervisors are concerned. And yes, we had to be patient today in order to keep going ahead. So what we can do is one more step before we sign out from here. So that is, we need to remotely connect to ESXi1 by name. So how do we remotely connect to ESXi1 by name? And our browser of our choice of browser would be Chrome. So we need to later, or now or later, we can install Chrome. But first of all, if you're on ESXi1, open your IE here, Internet Explorer. Open your Internet Explorer here. Suppose you have 2012, so you can go inside and click the IE there. Or if you're 2016, then IE is here. So, and then if you have opened the browser here, well, you can just remove these pop-ups or ask me later, press OK. I'm just pressing OK. And I need to expand the browser. What am I doing here? I want to remotely connect to ESXi01 to see inside management configurations, and if I want to manage, I can manage that too. So I can remotely manage this hypervisor from a Windows or Linux machine or Mac machine. So I'm going to go for http colon slash slash. So okay, https colon slash slash and then your first name ESXi01. That is right. Yeah. IE were for letting us download Chrome. Yeah. So IE, yeah, IE sucks actually. Yeah, IE is, but we're gonna be going for Chrome. So through IE we're gonna be installing, but when we have internet connections. But right now, guys, are you able to? We need a screenshot where you have logged in from server 1 to ESXi1 through the browser. That is called web client, right? So through web client, were you able to connect to ESXi1 successfully? So if you put https colon slash slash your first name ESXi01 like Aziz, then press enter. Right? So if this message comes in the future, do not show this warning. Click that option and press O and K. Oh, okay. So Madhuri, did you open the browser and did you type this? Okay, let me copy this and put it on. Oh, how did I open browser? Okay, so see this Kavita, do you see I or E option icon here? E, like E. You see E, right? E. Okay, it is so much fun. E. Okay. So anyway, E, right? No. How no? I think you have Windows 2012 then. Go inside. Okay, Kavita, see this? Click the Windows icon. And do you see E anywhere there in Windows 2012? I think you have Windows 2012. Logged in successfully. Okay, Ruben, you're there. Those who are logged in successfully can take a screenshot of that screen. That's it. So, but Jas Vijay, you have to put root and the password. Not logged in. I am also not logged in, Paul. So I'm waiting. I'm just troubleshooting with students here. So those who are logged in can take a screenshot. Others, please stay with me. So Kavita and Madhuri, are you able to see the browser? So you can search as well. In the search, you can type IE like this. And yeah, there you go. So click search. Yeah, okay, good. So Kavita is able to connect. Madhuri, are you able to connect? Anyone else having issues? There are many. No, Madhuri, are you able to see the browser? Okay, Ajibola is able to connect. Cool. So Madhuri is able to see the browser, right? So IE or we don't need Chrome right now. It's just Internet Explorer. So you can go to search and
Sorry, I was not able to save the screenshot. Now I am done with that. Now should I go to server 1? Okay, and then
go to browser, IE.
Okay, server 1's browser. Okay.
Server 1's browser, exactly, yeah. And then,
Okay.
And then, so guys, I think we will be again, I'll be requesting volunteers here. So we need to make a connection, and some students are not able to make that. So server 1's browser, we need to go. Everyone's on server 1, and then the browser of server 1. HTTPS. So you need to type this, which I typed in the in the chat as well. So you have to put your name there. So I'm just going to type that again. Donald, you can just put that name there, right? And please try to offer some help to others as well, those who are done, and have your team viewers ready. So I'm just going to put that name there, and it takes me to this page, right? Anyone on this page?
And enter with the name you put enter.
And press enter, and you're on this page, right?
Okay.
Okay. So
Yes.
here it says it's not safe. Why it's saying it's not safe? Because we haven't purchased a certificate with that name from any certificate authority or CA from internet. So that's why it's saying it's not safe. But we know it's safe, so it's okay. So you can continue to this website, which is not recommended. So click this, continue to this website, not recommended. Just click that. So once we,
I have Vmware.
Exactly as you said. So yeah, if you click that, continue to the website, so you will land on this page. Okay, I'll time it. This page. Okay, no. This page. This page. This page. This page. Seriously. Okay, I'll enter this page. Okay, so there's one more thing I can do. I can put it in the safe sites, right? So I can go to the settings here. I can go to the internet options. If it is not opening soon, otherwise normally it takes some time and then it opens. So internet options and security. So I went to this on the top right. I clicked it, and then I clicked internet options just to put it in the safe sites. Then I went to security, right? Yeah, it is blank. So trusted sites is there, and I would just click trusted sites and then click sites here. So this page I need to add to the browser. Hey browser, don't worry about this page, it is okay. And I'll repeat that again now, and I'll refresh that, and I'll click that continue to the website, and this page, yay! My time was correct, right? I guess. So it will go to this page. So I can repeat that step again, those who missed it. If it is taking too long, guys, see this on the top right, click this settings, click this settings on the top right, and then go to internet options, and then go to security, and then trusted sites, then sites. Wow, I'm saying 2 times. Then it will automatically be written here, so just click add here. If it is automatically written here, then click add here and close, and okay. Now what if you're on this page, then type what username do we need to type? Your first name admin? Do we type your first name admin? What do we type here, guys? Anyone knows? Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, so we type here root, exactly, and then the password. So we are about to connect remotely to a hypervisor, and remember, from DC UI we could connect from root, and from remotely from a browser, yes, the same credentials, root. So small ABC, capital ABC, shift123, and that's the password I have. And see this, it's blinking like a neon sign, blinking, samosas here, blinking, samosas here. Oh, okay, anyway, log in. And what's with me and samosas? Seriously, I need to get rid of this. So Okay, if you're on this page, because we're going to be doing a lot of discovery on this page. Oh, it says if it pops up, join the VMware Customer Experience Improvement Program. Since we do not want to improve this application, so just uncheck this, right? And press OK. Oh, actually we want to improve, but it's just that, I don't know. You want to keep it checked and it's okay. If you're on this page, take a screenshot. That's it. Groot. Yeah. So if now, how many are not on this page? So okay, Badr is not on this page. Paul is not on this page, and Shabuddin is not connecting. And okay, done. Amarji is done. Shabina is done or not connecting. So Jay is done. Vikram is connecting. The page can't be displayed. Kavita, name for screenshot. Oh yeah, name of screenshot is logged in to Hypervisor from browser. Name of screenshot is logged in to Esxi from Hypervisor. Let me just put that. Then let's start helping. Guys, have your team viewer ready. Okay, the screenshot 3 is it 3 or 4? Okay, so 3 is logged into Esxi01 from a browser, right? And I'm not joining the experience enhancement program. Hey, join. In person, it is best practice to answer yes to would you like to store the password? Is that a question? So yeah, you can store the password. It's up to you, and it's okay. But well, as far as I'm concerned, it's not best practice. If we let the browser store the password, it could be hacked easily. So password should be in our minds or some very secure location like Facebook or Twitter, right? I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. So here, guys, it's yeah. Oh, okay. So we are. It's raining team viewer IDs. So let's connect. So I'm just gonna go back to. So this is our screenshot number 3. So screenshot number 3 here, and if these screenshots have been taken, so we're good. Okay, guys. So here, these are the screenshots. Now let's help others. And okay. Oh, 4. Okay, screenshot 4. Yeah, that. So screenshot 4. There you go. The screenshot is the 4. Oh, what was in? That was Ichi and Ni. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I don't want to forget that, right? So Ichi, Ni. Okay. So yeah, so show certificate error. Shabuddin, if it's showing certificate error, you're there. Just select the second option, which says not recommended. Just click that, right? What was the name for screenshot 3? Okay, guys. So screenshot 3 name is. Hey guys, it's screenshot 3. Actually, there are total 3 screenshots. After that, I have screenshot 2, I guess. Yeah. So what is 3? Where's 3? We don't have 3. I mean, like, we don't have total 4. We have 3. Okay, anyway, guys, screenshot number 3 is IP configurations for all VMs. Oh, yes. IP configurations for all VMs. So, again, yes, we have 4. Who says we have 3? Come on. Okay, that is a screenshot. Seriously, what's wrong with me? Screenshot 3 equals. Yes, thank you guys. And so that's a screenshot of the name I was saying. Oh, name of the screenshot. Okay, IP configurations of all 4 VMs. Okay, Shabuddin is done. Okay, how many are left for support? So okay, let me. Guys, I need to actually put that on the blackboard. I need to put that. So those who are done, they can just upload. And guys, let's start helping. I'll appreciate that. Otherwise, I'm available. So blackboard, my blackboard. Okay, BB Humber, BB. So server, so those who are done and uploaded the screenshot, you can just shut down server Esxi and server Ni, both. I don't know about Esxi 3, 3 and 4, so I can't say anything about that, but Esxi and Ni. So, oh, Esxi and Esxi Ni as well. No, they are 3 and 4 still. Oh, no.
So should we be able to ping from Windows to the new server ESXi, server 1 to ESXi?
The sequence of shutting down?
No, can we ping? No, I'm just asking if we can ping. Because
so you have to shut down the firewalls to have a successful ping. Right now our firewalls are up, so they're not going to ping.
No, even without ping, we'll be able to access the URL, is it?
So you will be able to access the URL even if firewalls are on. Okay guys, I need to just quickly create that page 4, so now we're on up to speed, so that's good. It's good that from previous course we started earlier, and you guys, I salute you for your decision making, and some of the vCloud's own shortcomings have showed you already that hey, and next course, man, I have to battle it out with. Oh, okay, I should not say that. Okay, so I'll just copy this. Serious. Okay, my custom DNS prefixes is adding local domain automatically.
So if that URL is not reachable, what would be the problem, sir?
URL is not reachable.
Yeah.
So this means that that page is not opening? Yeah. So it's better to then run the two commands for DNS, ipconfig flush DNS and register DNS on server 1, and then try again. And yeah, check your spellings of A record and spellings on DCUI for the name of the hypervisor. Okay, content folder. Let me just, guys, I'll be creating this quickly and then I'm coming to you, and I'll be looking at your configurations. So that's the page. I'll create a upload link now, so those who are done can upload file. Oops, no. Assignment. Come on. Wait. Please upload week 4 lab. So it's just 4 screenshots here. And it's okay. Well, it's still due by tonight, but if you have any issues, then let me know. Add rubric, submission details. You can submit it 2 times, and last one will be created. Okay, and I'll track viewers and submit. So guys, refresh your blackboard there and go ahead and upload for those who are done. And now let's get back to who needs help. Okay, so who else needs help? Oh, thank you, Ifeni, for helping. At Vikram, you can replace it with the correct domain. Okay. But Anthony, you're talking privately. I think he might not see that. Vikram, I got some DNS, and thanks, sir. I'm off now. Okay, Jay.
Sir, actually I did that flush DNS and register DNS. Still, the page is not reachable. Showing page cannot be displayed.
Access.
Okay. It's for RT. I'll disconnect from her.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I disconnected, sir.
disconnected? Okay, RT. So RT's IP is. Oh, can you put the details? There are so many. Okay, Madhuri also needs help. Paul needs help. Shabina needs help. Jay. So guys, are we all helping? Those who are done, and when you're helping, yeah.
I'm done.
Sorry. Yeah, Madhuri. Yes, total 4 screenshots are there. Anyone needs help? Okay, Arthi.
I'm done,
So
thanks.
sorry, I'm connecting to Arthi's machine, and then I'll be connecting to rest of the machines. Guys, go ahead and help each other. I salute for you for your dedications and commitments. Wow, amazing. And troubleshoot. This is your chance to shoot and learn more. Try different options there, and well, it's the DNS itself. Try to connect by IP if you can, and then check. This means that you can connect from IP, but you cannot connect from name. This means that it's the DNS issue. Then check your A records if they're correct, and spelling of the A record on, and the spelling of the hypervisor in the hypervisor machine. So first try to connect from IP, then connect from name. So I'm connected remotely to Arthi's machine here, and there is okay. So HTTPS at AARTHIESXi01. So let me check the host record. Oh, this is Windows 2012. Sorry. Okay, tools, and go to DNS here, and AARTHIESXi01 and 2.3. So obviously, first we would like to ping our ESXi01 by name. Hey, what is this? We can't ping, so how are we able to connect? So, and oh, you did not save the final settings. Okay, that's why. Enter. Okay. Oh, Humber. Okay, so I'll correct that. Okay. Enter. So the settings were not finalized. RT601 IPv4. Yeah. Now, so I'm gonna press escape, and then press yes. Now they are finalized. So before that, it was not the correct setting. So is that the same thing with no? Esxi 2 is okay. So one was having this issue, right? So now it should work, but let's check. It's well, the thing is that the A records, it will take time for them to really digest this information now. So I'll just check it out from DNS. But yeah, and always go to server and refresh, and then for lookup zone, and then ESXi 200.3. Okay, AARTHIESXi. Okay. And here, if I just press escape, so AARTHIESXi0. Yeah. Okay. So well, it should work, but okay. First, ping 192.168. So guys, always try with IP first. If it's pinging from that machine, then go for the. Okay, so it's not pinging by IP even. So this means the network is not good. Network adapter. So I'll just. I think it's on different network, and that is on different network. And this is on NAT. So. And this is on NAT as well. So that is okay. Then why it's not pinging? Okay. Okay, my youngest kid is just calling me. If you see records are in DNS, records in DNS. Okay. Yeah, is that wrong? No. It's okay, right? 203 is Esxi01. So, the record of this machine. So, okay, I'll go for. Oh, there's a firewall on. Oh, okay, the IP is wrong here on this machine as well. So I'm gonna click that and double click the IP properties. Oh, so it's 242 here and 200 as a gateway. Why is that? So, well, yeah, the IP is different, Arthi. So, did you mean to? Oh yeah, 242 because we did it on the vCloud, right? So that's why maybe you put that here as well. So yeah, we don't need that here. It can be just 200. So it's okay.
All sorted. I don't need help now.
Thank you. Okay. So I'll just disconnect from here and yep. Oh, sorry, Shabina, you said for yourself. Okay, I thought Arthi said that. But Arthi, you get the idea? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sir, when we like after the class, we need to power off all the
So shut down
devices, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank.
Oh yeah, Cars.
We are submitted. Can we log out from this session?
Yeah, we can log out from this session. It's okay. We can shut down the machines now. If you're done, just upload the document, all 4 screenshots, and bye bye.